What's up, everybody? Welcome to March Mascot Madness. Hang on, I knew there was a step that I skipped somewhere in there. Elgato. Hang on, Elgato. There we go. Hold on. Switch to 1280 by 960. And there we are. Welcome to the Sweet 16, everybody. This is part number 7 of March Mascot Madness 2. So welcome on in. Hopefully you're having a good Friday. To those of you who are watching this live, let me clear my throat. And thank you for your patience for hanging out while I get some stuff set up. As you can see, we have our beloved Northwestern mascot there in the middle. No longer playing, unfortunately. But we do have a plethora of teams that are playing in this tournament right now. We have Michigan State at Louisville, which will be the first game up. Pittsburgh at Iowa. Memphis and Cincinnati. That's probably my most excited, most anticipated game from a mascot style standpoint. As soon as Memphis won their game in the previous round, Cincinnati or Baylor were going to be a great matchup for them. We have UConn, Connecticut at UCLA. We have Kentucky at Florida, Alabama at Georgetown, Miami at Weber State, and Missouri at Ohio State. All these games are listed obviously right above me. Starts on this side and then goes all the way down, and then starts on this side and goes all the way down. I did a little test to figure out which one it was, because I usually get it wrong. It's in the game. It's in the game. So it's been a little bit since I did this. The original plan was to do all of this each Saturday and Sunday through the month of March, and then just post the videos like a week later on YouTube. Then I was supposed to go to Seattle. That obviously didn't happen, but I didn't want to mess with the scheduling of when this was going to be broadcast live on Twitch. So the last one we did was back on the 15th or so, I think that sounds right. The 15th. So we'll do this tonight. Pardon me. We'll do one more here tomorrow, and that'll be the final one, and then we'll be back in September for more mascot tournament. But as anyway, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. As it stands now, we have Michigan State at Louisville. We're gonna move on forward here. We will check the settings. It should be correct. All-American is the top difficulty in the game. 10 minutes, baseline mid. We are going to Louisville, Kentucky. Probably shouldn't have eaten like 3/4 of a bowl of chili before I did this. But I have some caffeine here. God dang it. Alright, let's get it started here. Game number 1. Ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. Alright, welcome in to Louisville, Kentucky. We have a Christmas Day matchup here for you. The Louisville Cardinal, who finished at least 4th and have played well in each of the tournaments, taking on the Michigan State Spartans, who I think are at their farthest point ever. I forgot my notebook downstairs, so I don't have the answer right off the top of my head. But Louisville usually is a tough out in this tournament. Excuse me. Michigan State is a bit lucky to be in this position. Their first round matchup against Texas was interesting, to say the least, as we have a defensive foul that'll send Louisville to the line for 2. They really didn't play well, but thanks to a 3 right at the buzzer, I believe, and a mistake by Texas down the stretch, they were able to advance to the second round, where they defeated someone by the name of Washington. Louisville working with their full court press defense. Very effective for them. Michigan State with a 3 there. A little hard to tell. Again, I talk about it every time, and I'm sure I talk about it multiple times every time I do one of these. The hitboxes aren't great. The mascot costumes are kind of just draped over the players. So these are great examples of feet being weirdly sized, but the hitboxes being really tight on the original players. So there's a steal by Louisville. They're going to go with a deep 2, and they'll extend their lead to 7-3. These are the games that I looked forward to the least. There's a bit of an AI error on this. Nice jam there by Louisville to push their lead out to 6. There's a bit of an AI error, so he's going to run up the court here. He'll pass it back. There's a guy wide open on the left, going up the left side of the court, that he probably should try to throw to, but instead they try to throw it to either a covered defender or they try to whip it back across the court horizontally, and it usually ends in a turnover, which is obviously not good. So Louisville has a style of defense that can typically lead them to points pretty quickly, and it can make games like this get out of hand very, very fast. Hopefully that's not the case here, because that would be a bummer way to start this video. But a nice jam there by Louisville. So they still have their 6-point lead. 11-5. Michigan State has to find a little bit of offense here. Maybe stop turning the ball over. And we've seen before, I believe it was in this tournament, I can't remember who exactly it was, but there was a team that caused about 3 turnovers, went on like a little 9-point run, and that was enough for them to kind of just hold the lead. So there's a guy who was there. That's the exact problem I was talking about. There's a little flip up, no good. And it'll be Michigan State ball. So 8-point lead here early. Michigan State, I think they had a pretty close game against Washington as well. It looked like it was a 4-point game or so, but I think Washington really tripped down the stretch, if I remember correctly. Also, I have an itch on the left side of my head, but I don't know where it is. So that's 10-point lead. Michigan State is quickly falling behind. 12-point lead. Louisville is just causing turnovers over and over. A defensive foul can be a reach in there. Nice layup by Michigan State. Cuts it down to 10. See if they switch their defense. No, they're good in the half court. We haven't really seen them on defense all that frequently. They've only made 3 baskets. Probably have more turnovers than baskets at this point in the game. They may actually have as many turnovers as points at this point, which is not good. If you're Louisville, though, you're very excited. The very friendly roll pushes it to a 2-touchdown, 14-point lead here. This is the exact thing I always worry about, is a blowout this early. 14 points is nothing to, it's weird because in the past, 14-point leads have been nearly indestructible. In this game, we've seen a couple of them between 13 and 15 that have been erased or nearly erased, with teams down so far or down that level coming all the way back in this game, which is why I'm so excited about this particular version of the game that we're running. Previously, it's been NCAA March Madness 2005 and NCAA Basketball 09. This one's the best of the 3 that we've had so far. Nice jam home. And it's also, I believe, the last one released on the Xbox 3, or excuse me, the original Xbox. Though I wouldn't be surprised if 07 was released, because that would only be like a year into the... No, that'd be 2 years into the... 07 would have come out in 06, so I guess that would have been a couple months. But while it's tempting to use the PlayStation 2 version with like maybe a newer game that maybe runs a little bit better, the PlayStation 2 games just don't look super great. this game looks a lot better than the game that we used in September. There's a 3 for Michigan State. They cut it down to 6. So 21-7, that's your number to keep in mind. But NCAA 09 just did not look very good. This looks a lot better, a lot crisper. An offensive foul. So it's the second Louisville foul here. Michigan State is on a bit of a roll. The question with facing the full court defense like Louisville is, can Michigan State, can they not turn the ball over? So we'll see what they have here. It's a 6-point game. Turned very quickly. They're on a 8-0 run here. Michigan State is. They got up the court okay. Free lane and an easy layup that is goaltended by the Louisville Cardinals. So they'll give up 2 more points. And it is now a 10-0 run. Michigan State has switched into a full court defense. See if they can maybe cause a turnover or at least an errant pass. I guess throwing the ball out of bounds would be a turnover. I should have said like a backcourt violation or something. They gave him all the room in the world to shoot that 3 and he elected not to. Kind of surprising. Almost backfired on him because they stripped the ball away from him. Michigan State out on a run here. 1-on-2 is no good off that right rim. Michigan State can't close it down to 1 possession, but they still do only trail by 4. An incredible run here. There's a 3 from Louisville, and they'll bury it to at least stop the bleeding a little bit. Still a touchdown game, but this has been a really good last 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes or so for the Michigan State Spartans. Goes back to something I talk about actually quite frequently. There's a 10-second violation. Will Louisville stay cold? And can Michigan State stay hot enough to keep them in this game? That's a deep 2 for Michigan State. And they'll go 24-19 now. So 5-point game. With 2:30 remaining here in the first. Louisville looked like they were going to be just off to the races with nothing to stop them. And Michigan State mounted to come back in the last 3 minutes, outscoring their opponents 12-3. Louisville's lone points were a 3-pointer. There's a foul. A couple of turnovers for Louisville have led to some Michigan State points. That was a weird turnover. Michigan State can cut it down to a 1-possession game here. They do successfully, 24-21. Louisville will make a substitution. I assume he has 2 fouls. That seems to be the number. We hit 2 minutes here in the first half. 3-point game. Michigan State trying to get a steal, but instead gives up a 3. Cardinals still working with the full court press. Michigan State's been better about getting past it. There's a deep 3 for Michigan State. No good. Offensive rebound is blocked and then recovered, and loose ball grabbed by Michigan State. So it is a 4-point game again. Louisville looking for that 3. Nice defensive recovery by the Spartans to not allow him to get that. Pass inside. Hook shot is up and good. 29-23. Michigan State will work it around. Got to be careful here for the 10-second violation. They just do get it across. That was about 8 seconds, maybe 9. So 4-point game, 29-25. Really tremendous final 5.5 minutes for the Michigan State Spartans. Three for Louisville is good. Pardon me. My throat all of a sudden has decided to give me problems. Michigan State can hold for the last shot. They won't. They'll take a 3. It is contested. No good. Offensive tip in. No good. Louisville comes away with the ball. They will be able to hold for the last shot. They most likely will, as it's 3, 2, 1. Big three at the end of the half. No good. Michigan State gets the rebound. Shot wouldn't have counted even if it went in, but Louisville will head to halftime up 7, 32-25. So again, a great second half, or I guess second quarter of the game. The back half of that first half was incredible for Michigan State, putting them in a position to at least make it competitive going into halftime. It was a little more even down the stretch there, with Louisville extending their lead out to 7. Now 5. Still 5. Nice defensive rebound there. Michigan State pushing the floor. 3-on-2-ish opportunity. Michigan State with a nice little jumper. Cuts it down to 3. Ooh, out of bounds. Louisville ball. Trying to get Louisville. That was a weird way to say Louisville. Louisville ball. Nice jam inside for the Cardinals, who will go. The winner of this game will go on the road and face the winner of our next matchup that I clearly can read on the monitor. Pittsburgh or Iowa. Shot is up and good for the Michigan State Spartans. My stream preview is very far behind. We have seen a lot of this in this tournament. 5-second violation. Critical mistake. Benefited Michigan State back in their first round matchup against Texas. They almost got a backcourt violation off that immediately, which would not have been good. Shot is up and good for the Spartans. Slice it down to a 1-point lead. This is as close as they have been since it was tied 3-3. Louisville used a few turnovers to really open up a lead on Michigan State very quickly. It went from 3-3 to 9-3 in about 3 possessions and 2 turnovers for the Spartans. So a 36-33 game here. Michigan State needing to get it up the court, and they kind of force a pass there. Louisville with the turnover. Michigan State can't have this. They cannot turn the ball over and fall behind. They work so hard to make it competitive, get back in the game. There's a nice defensive rebound. 3-pointer here ties it. 2-pointer makes it a 1-point game. They'll go with the 2. It'll be blocked out of bounds. They will retain possession. Nice pass inside, off the left rim, gets a nice roll there, and it goes down to make it a 1-point game, 36-35. Michigan State making a comeback here. They're +6 here in the second half. Entered down 7. Louisville, they've been successful with that play on the 3-point line. Can't get anything to go there. There's a 3 for Louisville, no good. Michigan State opportunity to take the lead. It would be their first lead of the game. Louisville didn't even make a 3. They got that weird 3-point play where they made the first free throw, missed the second one. Oh, they turned the ball over. It just came loose. And then got the offensive rebound off the second free throw that was missed and then scored from there. They'll push that lead back up to 3, 38-35 with a layup there off the Michigan State turnover. Now we see if Michigan State can just break that little hump there. Try and get that basket that ties in or even take a lead. They've been behind. Michigan State has been behind in the second half. Before this is not a new place for them. Louisville also has been behind in the second half. They had a really weird game in the first in the first round. They faced South Carolina, and they swung leads of 10-plus points with them. Obviously, Louisville's the victor because they're here in the tournament, but it was really weird because Louisville got out to a start where you thought, oh, this is kind of going to be it, kind of like earlier in this game where they were up by 10, and you're like, and I was like, well, that's just that. That's how this is going to go. I don't know what's in my throat, and it's bothering me. So I do apologize for that. But then South Carolina made a comeback, and they came all the way back. South Carolina did, and put Louisville down by 10, and Louisville made a comeback all the way back to take the victory. So that's why that kind of interlinks. That interlinks what I was talking about earlier, where leads don't feel quite as safe. Like sometimes they do, where it's just like a team just doesn't really show any sort of offensive flourish that's going to allow them to get back into a game. Sometimes you have a game like this where Michigan State gets enough of a hot streak while Louisville goes cold enough for long enough to at least make it competitive down the stretch. The question is, Michigan State, can they get over the hump? I just talked about it a couple of minutes ago. We've seen in tournaments past, in this tournament as well, nice block by Louisville there. That was incredible. Teams bring it to this point in the game where they get to 4. Michigan State obviously down 3 now. They were down 1 though. They just can't get over that hump. They just need that extra little push, and they just never get it to get to taking the lead. Michigan State working it inside. Shots no good. A couple of offensive rebounds there, giving them some extra opportunities, and they just can't get it to drop. That block is going to be key for Louisville coming down the stretch here, if they can hold on to this little lead they have. A steal by Louisville. Almost stolen back by Michigan State. Kind of hang out there on the ground. Pass it forward to his teammate. Turnover. Michigan State. They have a free and clear opportunity. It's going to be a defensive foul. That was a really easy layup that for some reason the computer just moved to the left, and I don't know why they did that. So now Michigan State, instead of having an easy 2, they're going to get an offensive foul instead. Terrible time for that. A terrible sequence there. Get the turnover. Big thumbs up on that. Take a foul. Okay, that's kind of weird. When you had an open shot for very easy layup. Shot is up and good. So Louisville is up by 5. 3:33 remaining here. I am actually going to need to pause this for just a moment. Give me 1 second. Alright, welcome back to March Mascot Madness 2. Thank you, Twitch chat. Thank you for your patience. YouTube, you didn't have to have any patience. But I appreciate you sticking around and watching the video anyway. My mom called, and yeah, talked to her for a couple minutes. Again, appreciate your patience. We'll get right back into it. We have a very exciting game. 3:30 left here in the second half. Michigan State down by 5, 46-41. They're going to throw the ball up the court. They finally get it past that pesky full court defense. You got a guy wide open on the left. They didn't go to him. So they'll work inside. Little floater is no good. Too strong. And to get it up over the defender. Didn't really have a great look. Nice steal there by the Spartans. They'll work their way up the floor again. And then set a play up, see what's going on. They're going to work a guy around to go for a three-pointer. They're going to do the same on the opposite side. Well defended on the left, overran it on the right, so neither of those were viable options. There's a deep 3 that is no good. 46-41. Still here, pardon me. As we work our way through the second half. Been a much more competitive second half than it was the first half. Or uneven first half, I should say. First 4.5 minutes were dominated by Louisville. The second 5.5 minutes were more in Michigan State's control. Oh, wow. Was not called an offensive foul. Instead, Michigan State will knock down a 2, and it will be a 3-point game. 46-43 here. 2 minutes remaining. I goofed that sentence up almost bad enough to make sure that it was timed up correctly. Unintentionally, of course. All right, Michigan State, they can cut it to 1 here. If they get bold, they can tie it up. Instead, they'll do neither. They'll just throw the ball away. That was a terrible pass. Way too far inside. Stripped away by Michigan State. So they reward the takeaway with a takeaway of their own, I guess. I don't know how you reward that. 46-45 here. In bus terminology, that is the Altamont versus the Southeast Boulevard. Louisville will make it 48-45. There is no bus named number 48 here. Speaking of buses, Bus Simulator DLC got announced today. Woo! Hype. Comes out in a couple of weeks. That'll absolutely be on the channel. Probably do a special Tuesday stream for it and everything, but that's neither here nor there. That's a good ad. Basketball has ads all over the place. Tune in on April 14th for Bus Simulator Part 15 or whatever at that point. And we'll play the new DLC. I guess has 9 new missions. It's very cool. Anyway, Michigan State, while I was yammering on about Bus Simulator, my true passion, they tied it up with a 3. Louisville misses a free throw. So it is all knotted up at 48. There was a timeout taken, a foul taken, or given, and neither free throw was made. Astonishing. 2 missed free throws, a putback that was missed, and Michigan State comes away with the ball with 56 seconds remaining, and a tie game. Michigan State never led in this game. Louisville picked a really weird time to step away from their full court pressure. It has been really effective the entire game. But they do create a turnover. So Louisville back with the ball here. 40 seconds remaining, second half. Quick passes inside leads to a jam. Michigan State will quickly take a timeout down 2. Michigan State done a great job of keeping themselves in this game. After they were down 14, they did fall down by 7. There's a pass up the left side of the court. They have a guy wide open. Down under the basket. Oh my gosh, they missed an easy tying 2. There's a deep 2, rattles around the rim, gets an offensive rebound and is jammed home. So it's not that big of a missed opportunity there. That guy was open for days. He set up shop. He had a picnic. He was selling hamburgers down there. He did everything but score a basket because no one threw him the ball. Instead, with under 20 seconds left, we do have a tie game. They did get a nice dunk out of that after a missed mid-range too. Maybe not the best option there. But Michigan State, still they put themselves in a position, giving themselves an opportunity here, down 2 now. Louisville will go back to their full court press, and that's exactly why I was confused as to why they didn't do that for one possession. Michigan State may just not have enough time here. There's a beeping, so it's under 5 to go. I believe they have a timeout left. Doesn't matter. Michigan State did have a timeout. They have 1 left now. Doesn't matter. Dang. Michigan State made it a game, but was not enough. Not enough to conquer the mighty Louisville, who moves on with a 4-point victory here. 54-50, Louisville is your winner. They'll go on through and they will face the winner of our next game. Quick game. Pittsburgh at Iowa. Almost. That was almost on. Bum, bum, ba, da, da, bum. All right, so we are going to Carver Hawkeye Arena, Iowa City, Iowa. We have All-American. We have 10 minutes. And we have the Panthers of Pittsburgh and the Hawkeyes of Iowa fighting for a ticket to the Elite Eight. Winner will face a Louisville team that has proven that they can survive through some pretty crazy games. A 4-point victory in the Sweet 16. They won by 7 in the first round, though that score is a little misleading of how uneven that game was at points. Just weird multiple double-digit point swings that happened in that game. Pretty nuts. But a great game to start off the Sweet 16 here. We have a 3-0 Pittsburgh lead. The full court press seems to be the style of defense that typically wins out. So long as you can make baskets. Not saying that that's what Pittsburgh runs, but it does require you to make baskets to continue to get turnovers and the like. Anyway, we have Pittsburgh here, up 3-0. Hawkeyes getting blocked. They get their own. They do recover the loose ball. Got to work that in better. But we have a 3-2 game, 1-point lead for the Pittsburgh Panthers. Working it around. Wasn't exactly sure what that would be. Thankfully, they missed. I promise I'm awake. I'm hyped up. I'm excited. And a 5-2 lead. So back out to 3. Iowa getting dangerously close to the baseline bandit. Stolen a lot of possessions away from a lot of offenses in this tournament. It's never really been a problem in the past. But more teams have stepped on that baseline this tournament than either of the previous two combined, I would guess. Little floater is up and good. So Pittsburgh refusing to relinquish their early lead. Back up 3. Now Iowa shifts it back to a 1-point deficit. Runs it around the outside. There's a deep 3 from Pittsburgh. It's off the left iron. No good. Just over 2 minutes gone here. A 1-point game. And Pittsburgh with a 3-pointer there. Somewhere. It's a deep 3. There's a 3 from Iowa, no good. I don't even know. This stream preview is so far behind. I think that happens when it drops frames. It dropped a lot of frames early in the stream. It's been pretty good lately. But it did drop a ton during Doom Eternal, which you can catch on YouTube starting Thursday. Or maybe Monday. We'll see what happens. (13-6) here. Pittsburgh 6-point lead. He's going to dribble around like a doofus. Run it out of bounds, and they'll give it back to Pitt, who has an early 7-point lead just over 3 minutes into the game. Panthers, I feel like this is the furthest they've ever been. Feel it in my gut. I can feel it. Oh, I forgot. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to update the standings. I will try to remember to do that after this game. I've been trying to specifically do it more inconsistently to try and keep the pace of the streams and the videos moving. One thing that I definitely struggled with in the past is like looking at them every single time and trying to like create exciting matchups. If there are big games, I should probably focus on them from the round of 32 forward. Maybe just point out if there are champion pick matchups happening throughout the tournament. So like Alabama was really important, Washington State was really important, Gonzaga was very important. All of them, well, actually Alabama's still alive, but a couple of those teams lost pretty early in the tournament. But it's not necessary. So what I've tried to do is I've tried to do it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. I feel like it's helping with the pacing a little bit, just kind of keeping it moving, putting the scores in, you know, just getting quickly into the next game. Big three from Iowa is no good, but an offensive rebound is good. A defensive foul is almost better. Good, better, best. First one is good, so it's a 3-point Pitt lead. Second free throw is no good, so it remains a 3-point Pitt lead. They get out and run. They run into a double team, and they'll take a defensive foul. So they will go to the line for 2. They'll repay Iowa's miss with a miss of their own. And they'll repay Iowa's make with a make of their own. They just did it in reverse order. Miss then pushes it back to 4. I don't believe, is Iowa State still in this tournament? Iowa and Iowa State played back-to-back games. Where are they? Nope. Memphis. Memphis and Cincinnati up next. Three-pointer is good. So nice shot there. Oh, nice block inside from the Pittsburgh Panthers. Iowa does get the loose ball. Another attempt at it, no good. They had a guy wide open on the left. Instead, they take a contested 3 that's no good. Both of the players down there, the offensive and defensive player, missed the rebound, but Iowa did come up with it. Passes it up that right side. Passes up a 3. Instead, takes a contested 2. A little bit of a mess down inside, but that's okay. Got it to go up and good. That's what counts. That's what matters. That's a tremendously deep 3 from Pitt, and he nails it. I think for a lot of other teams, that spot would be like too deep for them to shoot it from. Pittsburgh's not terribly worried about it. They've been willing to take it 3 or 4 steps behind that line. Working it around inside. Pittsburgh with a block. Another block. Loose ball is recovered yet again by Iowa. So 2 loose ball recoveries give Iowa a 2-point shot. 22-18 here. If you're watching this game and you're not paying attention to the score, you'd probably think that Pittsburgh is up by like a lot, but I guess 7 is a pretty good chunk. A 23-19 game here. We look for those as big fans of Monsters Inc. Nice pass inside. Now behind the defense. And nice easy layup. Surprised that Pittsburgh did not take that 3. They've been willing to hit it from that spot. Or at least throw it up from that spot. 5-point game. Dribbling around the outside. Working down that shot clock down to 13 seconds remaining. Means they're taking at least 25 off. Couldn't all that time taken off the clock and nothing to show for it. Instead, a shot that's a little too strong off the back iron. Might get a 5-second violation by Pittsburgh. That's exactly what we get. I don't know why those are so consistent, or I don't understand it. Like, the game sometimes gets locked up, but it's not usually a 5-second violation. I mean, it's not even like it was good defense or anything. It was just a guy dribbling. Sometimes we get replays of that, which is nuts. Gets his own rebound, but I think he got a block. It either went off the bottom of the rim, or the Pittsburgh defender, who has about 14 blocks already, has another one. No good. Pittsburgh, offensive rebound. Pushes it back out to 7. 1:30 remaining here first half. Bow. 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 27-20. Double team strips it away there. Iowa giving themselves an extra possession here to close this gap. Shot is up and good, so kind of one of those weird circus shots. I imagine that we will see that center, I believe. Whoever just got picked up their second foul, they will probably get subbed out here with about 55 seconds left in the first half. The free throw is no good, though, so they don't get the bonus point, completing the three-point play, and I was correct. Pittsburgh takes a timeout and subs out the center. Iowa switching to what Louisville did so well in their game, full court pressure, and that's exactly why. Creates a turnover, gets a 3 up and good. Just like that, a 5-0 run cuts it down to 2. They'll quickly switch out of that defensive formation. Used it to get the turnover and the 3. They don't need to stay in it the whole game. They probably also aren't designed to. They aren't like designed or trained or coached to do that the entire game. So use it once to cut the lead down. Call it good. Get hot from 3. Stroke it again deep. Get another turnover. Oh, that was almost amazing. Almost amazing. Iowa cuts it down to 1. Shot at the tie, or at the lead right at the end. But no go on the 3, which is one of the very few that they missed from beyond the arc. Nice quick pass. Oh, couldn't get it. So Iowa, they've never led in this game. I don't even think they've actually been tied. It was a wire-to-wire first half lead for the Pittsburgh Panthers. That is no more. Iowa strikes first, takes a 1-point lead, 30-29. Welcome back. From the very brief halftime report that doesn't exist. In news on the channel, the ball went out of bounds. It's Iowa's ball. Okay, here we go. Defensive foul. Tried to draw a charge, but no such luck. Instead, it's a blocking foul. And Iowa has 4 points so far this half. Pittsburgh has nothing. Could be an all-bird matchup in the next round. The first matchup of the Elite Eight, which will be happening tomorrow, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Depending on where you are watching this, there's a nice shot from the deep part of the 2. Pushes the lead back out to 3. 34-31. Pittsburgh, nice move inside. They're going to draw a defensive foul. Shot is no good, though. They had 2 opportunities here at the line and can't get anything. 34-32. Iowa stays hot here in the second half. Oh, out of bounds. So they turned the ball over instead of getting a foul called. Pittsburgh's falling apart down the backstretch. Last 2 minutes or so of the first half. Specifically the last 45 seconds. Iowa outscored them 7-2, something like that. They really made up ground. Got a turnover right at the end of the half. Couldn't convert it to points, but they've taken the lead, Iowa has here. Early in the second half, they have not relinquished it. Pittsburgh Knocking it down from 3, cutting it down to 3. 38-35. So Iowa, currently a 9-7 run here. He took a step back before he launched that. Battle of the 3-point teams here in the second game. See what Pittsburgh has. Pushes the lead back out to 6. Instead, they'll just take a nice easy jam inside. Iowa looked a little confused because they immediately threw it in before the camera even got flipped around correctly. There's another 3 from Iowa, and they have it. Lead back out to 7, or out to 7, I should say. Iowa's trading 3s for 2s, and they're more than okay with doing that. Careful down there, Pittsburgh. A lot of teams have turned it over down there. Nice easy inside play for the Pittsburgh Panthers. Try and stay competitive. Keep within striking distance. That's all you have to do. That's what we saw Michigan State do. Just give themselves an opportunity. They didn't do that, but just kind of hung out. That's what Pittsburgh needs to do. Instead, they're doing the opposite of that. They're falling apart here down the stretch. In the first 4 minutes of this second half, in the last minute to 2 minutes or so, belonged to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Shot is up and good, so 48-41. 7-point game. My words. Iowa will give them a little gift there. Well, thank you note. Say, hey, here's a backcourt violation. You can have the ball back. We're 2 ahead right now. We don't want this. You know, we want a competitive game. That's what I certainly would like. Competitive game. Weird glitch here. This happens every once in a while. No big deal. Just get a drink. Hang out for a minute. Thankfully, the game does have like a piece of script that once the shot clock hits like 3, they overwrite whatever's happening. They just shoot the ball. So we don't see that many 35-second shot clock violations. They happen every once in a while, and it's really weird when it does happen. But that did not happen there. Instead, it pushed it out to a 7-point lead, now back down to 5. Iowa with a huge 3. Man, it was a deep 3. They are feeling it from beyond the arc as they push their lead out to 8. 4:30 remaining here in the second half, and a half that has been, or a game I should say, it's been 2 very different halves. This half has been all Iowa. That's probably a travel, but the game is just confused. Iowa came out firing. Another out of bounds is going to go back to Iowa, so it is an 8-point lead. Could stretch out to 10, maybe 11, because the Hawkeyes shooting the 3. They like it a lot. 2 quick inside passes, nice easy behind the defense, pushes it to 10. So double-digit lead with 4 minutes remaining is not where you want to be if you are the Iowa Hawkeyes. Instead, we'll see a miss from the Pittsburgh Panthers. The Hawkeyes will work it back up the court. Up the floor, I should say. Shot is off the right iron. No good. 10-point game, Pittsburgh. They can cut it down to 5 in the next 90 seconds or so. They'll be in good position. There we go. Nice friendly roll there. Quite the comeback if you're an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, as they were down early. Stuck around just long enough to let Pittsburgh go cold. Out of bounds. Stripped away by Pittsburgh, so it'll stay here. Ooh, a shot that is short. Give Pittsburgh the ball. Pittsburgh's been willing to shoot from deep. They haven't done it as much here in the second half. Instead, they'll shoot through contact, close range, and it'll go down. So 6-point game, under 3 to go. Pittsburgh couldn't quite get the turnover. Sends a couple of players down to the floor. Iowa, no good. Defensive rebound. Pittsburgh out to run through a double team. No good. Probably forced that shot up. Maybe should have passed out of that situation. It's a defensive foul, and that ball just dropped right in the bucket for the Hawkeyes. We are looking at an all-bird matchup for the Elite Eight tomorrow. At some point. I don't know when. That's an offensive foul. Pittsburgh's falling apart. They cut it down to 6, and now all of a sudden it's 9. Now it's 11. Oh, okay. I just assumed that was going on. That was silly of me. It's good. $60-49. So 11-point game. Iowa's going to switch to a full-court defense. Hook shot was no good. Iowa comes away with a defensive rebound. They'll just kind of dribble it around, I'd assume. Nope, instead they'll just take a 3. Iowa has more points in the second half than they did in the first half. Pittsburgh just can't get the ball in the hole. Oh my God. Pittsburgh's really struggling here. Iowa remains on fire. It's now a 16-point game. Wow. Iowa and Louisville is going to be a very interesting Elite Eight matchup. So really deep 3 even for Pittsburgh. They'll pass on it, literally. Instead, they'll get it back, take it, and the shot is short. 59 to go. We should see a defensive foul. That's not what I was going to say. We should see Pittsburgh just relinquish this victory. And just say, you know what? You can have that. That's good. We're down 16. Not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot that can happen. But there you go. Very interesting tale of 2 halves for Pittsburgh versus Iowa. Iowa will move on and create an all-bird Elite Eight matchup. So we're getting a Cardinal or a Hawkeye. It's a big long 3 there. Pittsburgh working it up the floor. Not really working with any sort of pace. So I'd imagine this is a pretty safe score here. It's out of bounds. That's the 3rd time we've seen that in the second half from the Pittsburgh Panthers. Right? Nope. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know what? It just doesn't matter. Because Iowa is moving on to the Elite 8. 65-49. Louisville and Iowa. Iowa. Oh, it's just a sneeze I was waiting for earlier. I don't even know what video that was in. Was it in this video? Was it in a different video? Was it like an hour ago? Who knows? Alright, next up we have probably, I would guess that this would be the thumbnail game. Memphis. Cincinnati. I did this for the other one the other day. There's your thumbnail, Sean. For you. Alright. Memphis Tigers. We are going to Cincinnati, Ohio. Flip over here. Get a All-American Shoemaker Center, Cincinnati, Ohio. We have Bearcats, we have Tigers, and we have game number 3 happening right now. I don't know if we've been to Cincinnati before. This might be the first home game that the Bearcats have had. Of course, they haven't played in very many tournaments. Cincinnati and Oregon were both absent in the previous tournament in September for because they weren't in the game. Memphis getting blocked at the rim there. There's defense by Cincinnati. They have very tall Bearcats down low, or maybe it's just their head makes them look so large. Shot is up and no good. It's going to be a defensive foul. Bearcats go to the line for 2. First one is no good. The second one is no good either, so very easy free throws there that Cincinnati can't take advantage of. And it remains a 0-0 tie. So Cincinnati will have... Actually, Cincinnati's probably played in more games, even though they've played in fewer tournaments at this point than some of the other teams. Namely, the Washington State Cougars, who have played in 3 games and lost all of them. Of course, Washington is only... Oh my God, what a block. Came out of nowhere. Shut that down effectively. Another shot there by Memphis. Nice jam home. And Tony the Tiger up by 4. That's a defensive foul. Interestingly enough, though, Washington has never beaten any other team except for Washington State. They always get to the round of 32 and then lose. And they looked like they were going to break that against Michigan State in the last round, but they couldn't. Cincinnati does what they couldn't do the first time. They make 2 free throws. We see a little bit of a full court defense, not quite as aggressive as Louisville. That's going to be just an errant throwaway pass. Cincinnati will get the ball back. Memphis turned after the Memphis turnover. They can tie it here. Almost stolen away. Maybe almost even a backcourt violation. Deep 2 from Cincinnati is no good. Memphis gains back possession. Looked like he was going to try and go inside, but not a whole lot of option for him, because that guy is down there just destroying people's hopes and dreams of making baskets. 6-2 after the loose ball is recovered by Memphis. That's a couple of steals that have almost gone the other way, where Memphis has a player right on that line, and Cincinnati picks it up, and it looks like it could be a backcourt violation. There's a 3 from Memphis, and it's good, 9-2. As the Bearcats just can't get any offense going. There are only 2 points coming from the line, but they are only 50%. Cincinnati's shot is up and no good. They do have great defenders inside, Cincinnati. Ooh, out of bounds. Cincinnati ball. Weird. He doesn't always call out of bounds on shots like that. We see a lot of them that go off the side of the backboard. Very similar fashion to that aren't called out of bounds. Not that I have a problem. This game is perfect. It's never missed a call. Just an interesting little quirk to it. Stolen away by the Memphis Tigers. Working a guy inside, trying to beat the defense. No such luck. They'll settle for a full half-court set here. Back outside. Working it inside. That's a dangerous proposition if you're a Memphis offensive player. The Cincinnati defense has been all over the block shots in this half. There's a 3 from Cincinnati. It's no good. Memphis really feels like they should be up by a lot more than just 7. They've struggled as much from the floor as Cincinnati has in the recent minutes. There's another three from Cincinnati. That's good. And if you're the Memphis Tigers, you're kind of just letting them hang around. So we'll fade away from Memphis. Maybe that's their trick. Maybe they try and get the defender too far behind the basket to make a play on it. Stolen away by the Tigers. So a 6-point game. Nice jam inside, except for he missed it. That's another weird quirk of this game. It's missed free throws. Or missed free throws. Missed dunks. The missed free throws have been great. It's made a lot of ends of games that in other tournaments would have been decided. Made them very interesting. A little jump step there. It's going to get fouled. So he'll go to the line for two. First one's no good. 11-7. Cincinnati's closed the gap just a bit. Finally got some points off of non-free throws. There's some great points off of non-free throws. Now look to make it a 3-point play. They do. It is 11-10. Memphis will smartly make a substitution. Cincinnati will work with a little bit of a full court defense. Just a one-on-one situation. Slow them down a little bit. That took about 6 seconds. Quick pass inside. He's going to draw a foul. The first on number 33. Off the right iron. Does fall down though. So 12-10. Tigers make it 13-10. Three-point lead. 4:34 first half. Very slow first half for these teams. Cincinnati does tie it up. 13-13. Pass it way forward. 26 combined points over halfway through the first half is incredibly low. We'll see. I've mentioned that before. I've commented before that this is a really slow first half, and then the teams do turn it on in the second half, but I don't really see that happening in this game. There were just back-to-back threes hit on either side of the floor. There's a deep 2 to slice the lead back down to 1. But both of these teams were cold for a very long stretch. If it wasn't for that little lead that Memphis had built, they might be in a little more trouble here. We have an injury for number 10, which means we'll probably get there. Yeah, there it is. Intensity cam. It's only funny because it's mascots. For the line for 2. The first free throw is good. The second is no good. Cincinnati, with the rebound. So with under 4 to go. Cincinnati can tie with a 2, take a lead with a 3. It would be their first lead of the game, so they'll just opt for the tie, which I believe is the first tie. Shot is no good. Memphis, with an offensive rebound, pushes the lead back out to 2. I always say that, and then I question myself. I'm like, ooh, was that a thing? Ooh, did that happen? Into a double team. Nice block by the Memphis Tigers. We'll turn the ball over. Got a guy on the left. Could have passed it right back. Made it an easier 2, but still goes down. So hard to argue the result there. 21-17. Upper body injury and update for number 10. Nice block inside by Memphis. Cincinnati's had some good blocks inside. Memphis has also had some good blocks inside. It's been a good defensive game. I'd argue that some of the offense has been a little worse than... I would argue the offense was worse than the defense is great. 23-19. Hey! Shout out to Monsters, Inc. and the white sock. It's a 4-point game here. There's a shot that's up and good. Pushes it out to 25-19. So that score was limited in its time on screen. But that is okay. 6-point game. 2 quick passes inside. A little hook shot, no good. Flipped up and missed. So Memphis keeps their lead. You can build on it here. And kind of like I said earlier, 3 for Memphis is good, 28-19. I said that the points were a little low, but Memphis has gone on a little bit of a point spree here at the end, and it looks a bit closer to what I'm used to seeing, which is about 30 points, somewhere between like 30 to 25, something. That being the score. There's a timeout for Cincinnati. Memphis now up by 11. 30 is what I'm used to seeing. We saw it was 28-27 in the last game, so Cincinnati, that's a nice little offensive set to get them back on the board. Cut it down to single digits with inside of a minute to go. 9 points, aka single digits, aka what I just said. Memphis working it around the 3-point line. That's a deep 3, no good off that left iron, but the loose ball is recovered by Memphis, though it is blocked. Cincinnati getting a little bit of an extra opportunity here. Flips it up and good. So just like that, 4 straight points, 4 quick points, 7-point game. Off the right iron, no good. Oh, Memphis giving Cincinnati extra opportunities to get themselves back in this game. 2 quick passes inside yet again. Flipped up and good. 6-0 run here to end the first half for the Cincinnati Bearcats, who are now only down 5. Memphis gets it up and it drops, so it doesn't look quite as good as that 3. No good. It doesn't matter. It was still in his hand when the clock hit 0. Memphis will lead by 7. Cincinnati, though, scored 6. Went on a 6-2 run right at the end of the first half to make it a 7-point game. Now a 5-point game. I have to do that math in my head because it doesn't give you like a 10 seconds to recover or anything. It's just like, here's the second half, go. Like, okay. Yes, sir. Missed a putback there, but put back by a different player. Oh, he got stuck in the replay going, I missed the ball. It's back up to 7. 34-28. Both teams have scored 5 touchdowns, or both teams have scored touchdowns and missed multiple extra points, or 1 extra point. That football analogy was broken from the start, and I shouldn't have stuck with it, but I did. And now here we are. Cincinnati at the line, no good. Misses the first. The second is off the left iron, no good, but they do recover the loose ball and they'll throw it up. So just a 2. Just a 2. I was going to say a 3-point play the hard way, but that's not how it worked. A surprising amount of offensive rebounds on missed free throw attempts in this game, but also a surprising number of teams that just don't go for the ball. Three is no good. Nice deep shot, though. Off to the right there, back to the left. Off to the left, back to the right. Streaking player comes in and gets a 2 to put them up 9. 38-29. So Cincinnati got it pretty close. They had it tied at 17. There's a 3 for Cincinnati, no good. Defensive rebound. Goes to the Tigers. Work off a screen. Nice little play there. The lead is back up to 11. We saw this when it was 30-19. We see it again at 40-29. What we didn't see this time was Cincinnati take a timeout, and if I didn't have to burp. I was going to say, we'll see if Cincinnati takes a timeout. When they took a timeout last time, when it was 30-29, they went on a 6-0 run, cut it down to 5 before Memphis scored 2 to make it a 7-point game at the half. Instead, they didn't do that. They lost the ball, and then Memphis scored 2, pushed it out to, I guess it would have been 13, and now it's 10. After a nice 3 from Cincinnati, nothing on the offensive end for the Memphis Tigers. They try to strip the ball away. They do strip the ball away, but it does go out of bounds. Back down to a 10-point game. Last time Cincinnati was in this position again, they did go on a 6-0 run. Currently a 3-0 run. Working a guy out to the 3-point line. A lot of clutter going on over there. That shot is up and good. 42-34. Boom, defense. Pass back outside. A lot of time off the shot clock this time around. 8-point game. It's a deep 2. It is good though. Memphis pushes it back out to 10. 6:08 remaining here in the second half. Gonna need a little bit of a run here for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Try and keep it competitive down the stretch. 3-pointer would definitely help, but it is no good. Almost stolen away by Cincinnati. Too bad they didn't push forward. Too bad that Memphis Tiger did not push a little bit more forward. He could have gotten an easy 2. Instead, it'll be a foul and 2 from the line. Shot is up and good. Attempt number 2, good as well. So I push the lead out to 12. Under 6 to go. Cincinnati may just not have enough to make this game interesting down the stretch. That's a long 2 if it goes. It does. Thankfully, when Cincinnati goes for 3, or regardless of where the feet are, and it looks like a 2, you get to hear the crowd go 3. So that's helpful. Getting close to that sideline from Memphis. I'll whip it back across the court. Not really anybody inside. They got one guy kind of to the left of the paint. That was a poor path by the AI there. They had probably had him beat to the right, but instead just ran right into him. Caused a bunch of problems. Loose ball is recovered. A whole mess results in Memphis getting 2 points and running about 30 seconds of clock off in the process, which may be Cincinnati's biggest enemy, not even missing shots or anything. It's just Memphis being very willing to go deep into the shot clock. There's going to be an offensive foul. Memphis instead took it up a couple notches and went too fast. Shot is up and good. So 48-38, 10-point game, under 5 to go. Quick pass inside, change shot mid shot, I guess. Change it up in the air. Kind of a bit of a mess. It can be hard to tell. These mascots both have big heads, and when there's a couple people going in at the same time, it's just like, I don't even know. I don't know. Cincinnati can't even take advantage of Memphis' misses. So we tick under 4. Nice steal by the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Throwing it up to the right. You got a guy on the left coming down. Instead, he tries to jam it. Got blocked, maybe? Not 100% sure what happened there, but the point is that it didn't go in. It's a deep three for Memphis. They pass it up. Working it around. There's a three. No good. 50-40. Oh, and there's a nice shot from Cincinnati. Going to get fouled on the way up. It's a third personal foul for that. Number 35, so he will go take a seat on the bench. That makes sense. You're going to want him, if this game gets close, you don't want him in too much more foul trouble down through these last 3 minutes. It's a 7-point game. No rush from Memphis. They pass the ball around. Back outside the three-point line now. Inside, double team. He's going to try and do a little fancy flip. It works. Pushes the lead out to 9. 52-43. Shot is good. So a 7-point game. Memphis will bring in that player that they took out for fouls. Bring him back in with 2:37 remaining. Whew. All kinds of action happening down there. Long story short, it's a 2-pointer for Memphis. That's a nice shot for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Take it off the glass and good. 54-47. Memphis ahead by 7. Cincinnati doing a good job making sure they're still in this as the clock winds down. 2 minutes remaining here. Cincinnati will be in good position if they can cut it to 4. They just need one good defensive stop and just what a 3-pointer? One defensive stopper, 1 3-pointer. Cincinnati, that's all you need. You got under 10 to go on the shot clock, out of bounds. Still Memphis ball. Does not reset the shot clock, so under 10 to go. As we see a countdown on the right. 4, 3, 2. Wow, that deep shot clock 2 is good. Cincinnati will take a timeout. They have 4 remaining. We'll keep that in mind as we come down the stretch of this final 133. They're getting close to the point where they need to trade 3s for 2s. Can't have a 5-second violation right here, Cincinnati. Okay, moved around. There's a 3. No good. That was almost half of what they needed. Cincinnati may just be out of gas in the tank here. Coming down to the final 60 seconds here of game number 3. Winner is punching their ticket to the Elite Eight, where they will face the winner of our next game, UConn at UCLA. UCLA took out Duke. Thank God. We're guaranteed a new champion between these 16 teams, now down to, I guess it'd be down to 14 now. Still have an entire back half to go. There's a nice steal by the Cincinnati Bearcats. Working it up the court. That 2 is up and good. It's a weird way to get it, but that's what you want. If you're the Bearcats, you have one more opportunity here to get a steal on an inbounds pass, which is an effective way that we haven't really seen utilized. But a miss on the front end of the free throws is something we have seen. Oh, it's not over yet. Memphis is only up 7. As soon as you start trading 3s for nothings, you're looking good. Of course, Cincinnati got a little too hurried. Threw it away immediately. Memphis makes that first free throw. 8-point game. And a 9-point game. So when it's all said and done, it's just a huge scratch. You may as well not even, you may as well pretend that previous free throw attempt and that turnover didn't even happen, because the same results. Cincinnati, nice steal. Too little, too late, though. Memphis with a block just to protect their 9-point lead, and that's most likely what the final score will look like. As Memphis advances by a score of 58-49. We'll push them through. We are down to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 potential champions. We're going to axe over half of those here in the last 5 games. As I realize that I did not read who was next. I also never updated the brackets, but we're close enough that just do it after this one game, right before we take a little break. UConn, they're under Connecticut though. Connecticut and UCLA rounding out the first half of matchups today. We have All-American. We have 10 minutes. We are going to the Pavilion in Los Angeles, California. Poly Pavilion? Woohoo! Indeed. Hello, Harper. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you're doing well. Game number 4. Bears versus Dogs. Whose wins? Whose wins? Who wins? We'll find out here. There we go. 2 points up and good. UCLA wins 2-0. Oh, sorry. Little hiccups in my stomach. Nice block from the UCLA Bruins. The guy wide open on the right, but instead it'll be one of those intentional defensive fouls. We've seen that in this game a lot. In this tournament, I should say. It's just been like cool. It usually happens when there's like a pretty good opportunity for the offense to score points anyway. That one worked out for UConn. They'll take the personal foul and the team foul, as long as it doesn't result in points. UCLA, I would argue, has like the most boring court that we've seen. Oh, UCLA tried to jam it home, but they hit the back iron instead of the nylon of the net. So instead it'll be UConn getting the ball, whipping it back across. Over to the right side for a nice deep 2-2. We have 2 huge games coming up in the back half of the Sweet 16. Nice shot by UCLA, regains their 2-point lead. Jonathan and the Huskies bring it up court. Barry the Bruin, that's not his name. Took out previous March Mascot Madness champion Duke. UConn beat somebody. That happened. So UCLA with a 2-point lead, working it around. Game number 4 here. Just over 2 minutes gone. That's a deep 2 from the Bruins. Nice offensive rebound. In great position there. Nobody else was getting that ball. It leads to a defensive foul. Front end of the free throws is good. It was a huge bear. Making 2 free throws there. Personal lead to 4. Offensive foul. Ooh. So the Bruins will get the ball back. Looking to extend their lead 8-2. They do. 6-point lead. We've seen early leads in this round so far today. Nice jam inside by the UConn Huskies. Cut that lead back down to 4. It's like they're running with a little bit of a Wow. That was like the most half-assed full-court defense I've ever seen. Off to the right. Up and in. 10-4. Hey, stretch. 10-4, good buddy. UConn just doesn't really have an answer defensively for what UCLA is doing. UCLA, however, has an answer for what UConn's trying to do. It's called block that shit. It's a very effective strategy. Everybody working out near the perimeter. Not a whole lot going on down in the paint. Now somebody finally moves down. A little small on small action going on. Pump fake. Back out. There are a ton of Huskies over there on that right side. They finally move over to the left. Still a deep 2, though. And UCLA pushes their lead out to 8 points, 12-4. UCLA is on fire. Jonathan can't really get anything going. Which is unfortunate. They bypassed an open 3 there. Instead, they'll take a much more contested 2. The tip-in is good. Cuts the lead in half. Actually, it does not cut the lead down to half. UCLA. Oh, 2 bounces. Surprised they didn't let it go just a little bit longer. Stream is up. Or stream. The shot is up and good. So 13-6. Friendly rattle home. And it's 14-6. So we have an 8-point game with just over 4 minutes gone here. UCLA working with a full court defense. UConn Huskies incredibly lucky that was not a backcourt violation. That shot was no good. UConn gets an offensive rebound and still can't put it back. Not a terribly fast-paced game, just a very efficient game so far from the UCLA Bruins. Nice steal there by the UConn Huskies. You can throw it back to the left. Maybe a second sooner, but still goes down, so not that big of a deal. 6-point game now. There you go. If you're UConn, you got to take advantage of UCLA's misses, which are few and far between. That's about the deepest of 2s you could get there. Just had a pinky toe on the line, because that looked like it was probably going to be a 3. Working it around outside. Nothing going there. Flipping it inside into a double team, back out. There's a 3 for UConn. It's up and good. So 16-11. UConn can trade 3s for 2s. Should they so choose. Can't do that, though. You can't just leave him wide open like that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, UConn? The deep 2, no good. But nice loose ball recovery jam home by the Huskies. Shot is no good. UCLA ball. There's defensive foul. I don't know why. I confused myself there, but I don't know why. UConn going up the court. Moving it around. (19-15). So 4-point game. Looked like UCLA was maybe going to start to run away with it a little bit, but UConn's kept it close, taking advantage of the rare UCLA mistake. 2 quick passes inside. It's just too much for that defender to handle. There's that big beefy bear came staring down on him, or bearing down on him. Bearing down on him, because, you know, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Toss inside. Rattles around the rim, and it goes down. 21-17, 4-point game. There's our giant bear friend again. Getting the ball stolen away this time by the UConn Huskies. Pushes it forward. Another one of those intentional defensive fouls. They'll get nice and close, have some words with each other. UConn, opportunity here to cut it down to a one-score game. They are going to go to the foul line to determine if that happens or not. One shot goes down, so that makes it a 3-point, aka one-score game. The second free throw goes down as well, so it's 21-19. UCLA scores here, and we scores a 2 here and get a 23-19 game. Nice slam home, and we have a 23-19 White Sox appreciation game. Nice block inside by that big giant bear. Holy cow, that Bruin is good. Work it back outside. Flip it inside. Looks like it might have been a steal, but he got his paw on it just in time before it went to the wrong player. Instead, they throw it off the backboard. No good. And is a turnover, so double whammy. Bruins kind of just working it inside. It's been effective for them. So they'll step back and take a 3, and that's good as well. UCLA looking good from all angles. (26-19). That was 26-21. So was 7 down to 5. Under a minute and a half to go here. 77 seconds to be specific. Or 87 seconds. 77 seconds. Who knows? Should have just had a minute 17, which is 117, which is Master Chief himself. John 117. We'll get more of him this year. Because Halo's coming out with a new game. We got open 3. Short. It looked bad from the start. Just didn't have enough power behind it. 7-point touchdown football score game here. 28-21. Nice jam home by the Bruins, and I'll push that lead out to 9. Should be about a second difference between the shot and the game clock. Ooh, nice shot by the UConn Huskies. Cut it down to 7. UCLA can hold for the final shot. They likely won't. Most teams don't really seem to do that. Instead, they throw it inside. Jam it home quickly. UConn throws it deep down the court. And the rare time that it wasn't actually intercepted, they're going to take a deep 3. It's good. And one of the rare times that we've seen that work out in the favor of the team shooting the ball. Hitting it right before halftime. Cutting it down to 6 and getting the ball. So 32-26. They can cut it back out, or pass it back out rather, to shoot for another 3. Instead, they'll hold on to the ball. Cross court again. Playing monkey in the middle with their own teammate. Back out for another 3, or you can windmill jam it home. Cut it down to 4. So that's 5 straight points for the Huskies within the last 40 seconds or so. Bruins working a lot of time off the shot clock. Into a double team. Oh, no good. They got their own rebound, though. They still can't get it. Third time is the charm. Man, if you're UConn, you did exactly what you wanted to do. They wasted a bunch of time off the shot clock. But 2 offensive rebounds equals 2 points for the UCLA Bruins. So they'll work around. Another block for the Bruins. Kind of a rush shot there. Though I see where the idea was. Beat the player off the 3-point line. Was able to get inside. Pretty open look there. Except for UCLA said, "Nah, we're good. We'd like to block you, sir." And that's exactly what they did. Meanwhile, the Bruins will go to the line on their end, push it out to a 7-point lead. UConn's been as close as 4 recently. UCLA has been in control for most of this game. They are looking to be the 4th team to punch their ticket to the Elite 8. Three is up and good, so that'll slice it to 5. UCLA doing something weird there towards the perimeter, which was weird. There's a 3 for the Bruins, and they'll answer a 3 with a 3 of their own. So just trading the lead between 8 and 5 here. UConn trying to cut it back down to 5. They successfully do that, 39-34. There's a deep shot, no good for the UCLA Bruins. Connecticut here with a shot. Their opportunity to cut it down to 2. 1 if they're bold with a 3, which wouldn't be the worst choice in the world. It's just a deep 2. It's short. Unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry. They could have cut it down. No, that was right. Cut it down to 2 with a 3. I don't know. Doesn't matter because UCLA pushed the lead back out. And UConn now down 7. Winner gets to play the team that just won the last game, who I totally remember and don't have to look at all. That would be the team of the Memphis Tigers. Could be Tigers and Bears. I don't even know if we have any Lions left. Nope. We do have a couple of Tiger teams, though. Couple of Tiger teams left. We do have we have Florida and Kentucky, Alabama and Georgetown. Those games are huge as far as the standings are concerned. Florida and Alabama is 2 champion picks. Florida is a Final Four contender. And we'll see who moves on over those next 2 games. And while I was talking and looking at things that weren't this game, all of a sudden it's a 3-point game with 6 minutes remaining here in the second half. Not sure how that happened, because I wasn't paying attention. When you go to twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex, you get top-tier commentary. And a host that pays attention 85% of the time. Ooh, nice shot. UCLA back up by 6, doubling their previous lead. 60% of the time he pays attention all the time. Is that a 3 from UConn? Yes, it is. Those feet are tricky. Both of these mascots have pretty large feet that don't. Oh, pardon me. That don't count where you would assume that they would count. There's a 3 from UCLA, no good. Oh, and UConn can't take advantage of the missed opportunity or the missed shot. They give up an offensive rebound. UCLA, even though they miss a shot, still gets points out of it with an offensive rebound. That was just off the back of another player. It was a very weird situation there. UCLA will get paid back for a couple of fouls that they have given UConn. Actually, UConn did that first. I forgot about that. Anyway, they're trading intentional fouls. Not like a dirty move by any stretch of the imagination. Just something you haven't seen in previous iterations of the tournament or of this game. 48-41, 7-point game. Another steal for UCLA. Flipped up and good? They give that to him or no? I think they did. They did. They indeed gave him that little flip. It cuts away so quickly, and the crowd like didn't cheer or anything. So hard to tell exactly what happened. Almost a 10-second violation. Instead, it's just a turnover, regular turnover. There'll be another defensive foul. So UCLA will go to the line. They definitely did not make that one, make that shot or that free throw. And for the UConn Huskies, it is quickly falling apart for them. UCLA working with a little bit of a full court pressure here. You could call UConn the KK Sliders. It's a nice shot. That's just a nice block. Excuse me, by the UCLA Bruins. A 10-point game here, under 4 to go. UConn's got to get something going. Pass inside, 5 to go on the shot clock. 3. Oh, flipped up at the very last possible second. And UConn still can't get a defensive rebound. Oh my goodness. That was an entire 35-second shot clock and still 2 offensive rebounds. Nice pass inside for the Huskies. As they push the lead back down to 10, trying to keep it somewhat manageable. You can get 5 points in the next, I don't know, minute and a half or so. Might be in an okay spot. UCLA hasn't really shown a ton of weaknesses. They've been very efficient, it feels, on their end of the floor. Even their free throws are getting generous rolls into the basket. A couple of shots are up and good, so it's a 12-point lead now. So still a 10-point game. UConn, I highly doubt, has any sort of any real shot at winning this. They've just not really been able to. There they go. There you go. Pass up the court. See if you can get something here. Any make is good. Not necessarily looking for a 3. That's not what you're looking for, though. God. Just like they just get pushed, and it's not a foul, and then when they throw it off the backboard, they're like, guess that's off the backboard. Point game. 1:30 remaining. Tries to shake the defender. Gonna have to take a deep two. No good. And the offensive rebound goes to UCLA. Oh my goodness. Out of bounds. Last touch by UConn. So it'll be 29 seconds on the shot clock. We'll see if UConn really makes much of an attempt here at a comeback with 1:13 remaining. I kind of don't think they really will worry about it. No, they will, actually. They'll have an offensive foul. Seems like this should be it. They're gonna get a 10-second violation. 10-second half-court violation, backcourt violation rather, and that should do it. UCLA will work it around a little bit. There's about 13 seconds or so between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh my God. If they had made that or gotten the offensive rebound, it was UCLA's night. There's a make from UConn. I'll make it a double-digit game, and the smallest double digit you can have, 10. So we have UConn falling to UCLA. UCLA advances by a score of 57-47. Quitting to the main menu. We'll get you caught up here on the brackets. Actually, reload that as well. Okay. Currently, and I'm pretty sure that these are the same as they would have been at the beginning of the stream, but I have zero confidence in this in first with 37. The Beebs in second with 24. I hope I win. I've never done this before. In damn you game. I know better than to do that too. So do that and then a Mascot game, and we'll look at Stanford and Washington State here for just a second. I hope I win. I've never done this before. In third with 24. I am in fifth with 22, and Just Guesses is in fifth with 17. They are locked into their score. Everybody else has a little bit of room for movement. But yeah, this the brackets got pretty beat up pretty early. Much earlier than usual, which is kind of unfortunate, but we do have two very important games coming up. Excuse me, in the back half of this. Pardon me, in the back half of this stream. And that starts with, scrolling down, Kentucky at Florida. Kentucky at Florida. Florida is a Final Four pick. And then immediately following that, we have Alabama at Georgetown, which is two champion picks. Alabama is two champion picks. We have Miami at Weber State and Missouri at Ohio State, rounding everything out. So we'll be right back after this quick break. Thanks for sticking around, hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying the March Mascot Madness. Be right back. Welcome back to March Mascot Madness Part 2. No, March Mascot Madness number 2, Part 7, technically. This is the controller I need. I have so many freaking controllers just laying around everywhere. Here we go. This is the final 4 games. Punch tickets to the Elite 8. This is the Sweet 16, and we will we'll finish this. That'll be today's stream or today's video, and then tomorrow, both on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll post tomorrow. If you're watching this live on Twitch, it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream will be the rest of everything. So it'll start with the Elite 8. We'll go into the Final 4. We'll do the third place game, and then finally we will crown a champion. In addition to playing some Doom Eternal. So an exciting stream tomorrow. So come hang out if you're interested in that as we get set for Florida and Kentucky. We're going to Frank O'Connell Center in Gainesville, Florida. Florida, a very important team, remember that. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're like, yeah, you just said that like 30 seconds ago. If you're watching this on Twitch, it's been 6 hours. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that long, but point still remains. Florida, important team. Florida and Kentucky both play in the SEC. Kentucky wins the tip. And UK versus UF is off to the races. Game number 5 here. The 2 games that matter the most, as Florida steals the ball away, are the first part of this. And unfortunately, like I was saying before the break, unfortunately the brackets got fucking destroyed this time around. So there's a shot that's just up and good. So 2-2 here. So usually I hope that everyone who's filled out a bracket, and I steal by Florida off the or Kentucky rather, excuse me, off the inbound pass. I usually hope that everybody has at least like a shot at it, or a team in play that can make some disruptions. Backcourt violation. We see that pretty frequently. But unfortunately, this isn't the case. A couple people have teams that can make it pretty far, but a couple people are pretty much done as well. We have Kentucky with another steal. That is 3 steals for Kentucky. Florida got out to a quick lead and now all of a sudden is down 4. But hopefully everybody still had fun though, because I certainly do. I love doing these tournaments. I think they're a lot of fun. I think that doing the bracket stuff adds an element of like, oh, I care about this, you know. And that would be the same for regular March Madness if it were happening. You'd watch a random game, you're like, well, I picked this team, so might as well root for them, get into it a little bit more. Kentucky takes another shot, misses. Florida looking cool back in the backcourt. They are down 4, so maybe don't worry about the dribbling fancy until you're leading the game. Just about 2 minutes gone here. Florida, let's see. Let's give you a quick little recap while they're at the free throw line. Tracking Florida, they beat NC State by 6, and they beat Wisconsin by 6. So they are a 6-point win team. Kentucky took care of Auburn and then took care of Mississippi State. Neither of those final scores are particularly close. I guess they're 8-point victories for Kentucky. So neither one of these teams really involved in a blowout. Of course, sometimes the final score can be a little misleading. I don't remember their games off the top of my head, but oh, that is an errant pass that is magically, somewhat magically picked up by Kentucky, and they are out to a touchdown lead, 10-3. While I make a quick note here, Florida works it up the backcourt. Throws it inside, and there's a nice jam home. Kentucky really didn't have much of an option there, but to just say, you know what? You can have it. You go ahead, you sir, you posterize me. Posterize me like you've never posterized anyone before. Nice shot by Kentucky to push the lead back out to 7. Okay. Back in. 12-7 here. Cut down to 5. Florida scoring some points. I almost turned the light off for some bizarre reason. I was like, oh, you know what? I guess I'm done. Should probably just turn that light off now. No, we have many more games here. We have another probably 2 hours of this stream to go. Been streaming for at this point been streaming for 8 hours, played about 5 hours of Doom. Breaks here and there. Shot is good. So Florida sliced it down to 3. Was 7. Kentucky gone a little cold from the field. Florida taking advantage. Florida, very nice looking mascot. Their kind of weird grandpa hat. With their orange shirt with their just big F on it. They're saying F's in the chat, you know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a joke until Call of Duty. Oh my god. That is a goaltend if I have ever seen it. Florida with one of the more colorful courts. It looks nice. mainly because they have a nice logo. It also is a little busy because it says Gators. It says Florida Gators on the court. It has 3 logos, just in case you are looking between the 4% of this court that doesn't say Florida or Gators or have their logo. You always know, You always are like, oh man, scanning this floor. Okay, I think I'm watching the Gators. And then you see it in the midcourt. You're like, okay, I'm definitely watching the Gators. Hung up on the inside. Nice little layup there. I do like that the inside between the key and the 3-point line is colored, and I appreciate that it is opposite on each side. I think that's great. Stripped away, not stolen though. Loose ball created, but jammed home after it's picked up by a Florida Gator. So it's a 3-point Kentucky lead, and another steal by Florida there. Got one quick pass off to the right. Oh, so that'll be a defensive foul. Player injury, number 22 is going to come off the floor here, which means we'll get one of our intensity shots. The Wildcat kind of looks like he has like a weird-ass old man beard, Yeah, like an 1870s prospector. Oh, made one, missed the second. So it'll remain a 2-point lead. Another steal by Florida. They're looking good here. That shot is up, but no good. He couldn't rattle it home. They couldn't get that one to drop either. Oh my goodness. Florida. There's a deep 3 from Kentucky. They bury it. 19-14. Nice steal by Kentucky. Again, up for 3. No good. Offensive rebound's going to lead to a foul and 2 from the line. That was how Kentucky got out to their lead earlier. A couple of steals that led to some quick points. Florida, though, has fought back. We almost had another football score, but instead we don't. We have a 20-14 game as Florida, an offensive player, put a move on the Kentucky defender. I say offensive player because it sounds weird to say the Florida offender. Like, oh, okay. Florida man offended the defender. That was not a... That was okay. Not a goaltending, but then was a goaltending. Goaltending is just any time the shot is on the way down. So a little late on that block, so it'll give Kentucky 2 more points. Kentucky has 4 points on goaltends so far. Which conveniently is the lead. Their lead is based on goaltends. Not really. Florida has done a great job, though, keeping it close. They were down early, 10-3. Kentucky working it inside. There's a double team. That's a strip. Oh, they couldn't. Florida just couldn't get it to go down. They had another, and the wide open guy down by the baseline just didn't give him the ball. Instead, it switches into a double team. Back out. Gators doing well defensively here. A little flip up, and that'll go down. So 24-18 will erase any hopes of a 23-19 White Sox commemorative game. Ten-second backboard violation. Kentucky will turn the ball over. Or take the ball away, I guess. As a flip inside to a double team. The ball gets stripped. It's a deep 2. It's good. So 26-18. Florida's gotten close, but they have slipped a little bit here. Back across. There's a steal again from Kentucky that has been a trouble spot. There's a deep 3. It's up and no good. Offensive tip-in is no good. Yet again, another offensive attempt is no good. That's a dangerous spot for Kentucky where they took that ball away, though, because they have had a steal or two that has been in their possession that is immediately a backcourt because they're right on that free throw or the midcourt line. Florida with a nice little inside move there. Makes it 26-20. Shot is up, but no good. Still be a 2 attempts from the line. Still be 2 attempts from the line. And there is 28-20. So 1 minute and a half to go here, an 8-point deficit for the Florida Gators, who have kept it close but have had some key turnovers that have allowed Kentucky to get some fast points and build their lead. Block there, or maybe not even a block, just got in the way. Kentucky off the glass and good. Leads 30-20. 69 seconds remaining. Another steal by Kentucky, and they can get another quick basket. No, just rolls off the rim, no good. I'm surprised Kentucky hasn't stuck with the full court press a little more consistently. They're getting a lot of turnovers off of Florida, and they're able to convert them for points pretty consistently. But they keep switching on and off. Not terribly worried about it, I guess. They make the free throw to make it a 3-point play. 7-point game, 50 seconds remaining. Florida's going to work with a little bit of a full court defense. Kind of met them. I guess that's like a 3/4 court. Maybe a 66.7 quarter or percentage court. 2/3 court. Court. Oh. Nothing going there for Kentucky. Florida can cut it down to 5 here. They can also hold for the last shot. I doubt they will. Back across. Ran over, just bowled over that defender. They're going to get a deep 2 off. It's good. It counts. So Florida at the buzzer cuts it to 5, 30-25, and they get the ball back. They can slice this to 2. They're going to give it a shot. They'll get it. 30-28. So, wow. It was, what, 30-20? Not too long ago. Florida's cut it down to a 2-point lead here. Beginning stages, second half. Kentucky back out for 3. They are short. Florida opportunity to tie. Take the point. Take the lead with a 3. That's exactly what they'll do. Bang it at home. Wow. Yeah, it was 30-20. Florida went on a 5-0 run right at the end of the half. And they are on a 6-0 run here to start the second half. So an 11-0 run will give them the lead. Kentucky will kind of stop the bleeding. They'll work with the full court defense. This has been effective against the Florida offensive sets. They've turned the ball over a number of times. Not that time. Nothing going there. Nothing going there either. So Florida got the lead and then gave it back and couldn't hit the free throws. Kentucky hits a 2. Regains their lead, pushes it back out to 3. Tried to get the steal there, but the Wildcats just missed. But they get it on the next pass. Quick pass inside. It's going to be a foul. Kentucky's going to the line. First team foul for Florida here in the second half. The front end, no good off that left iron. Just can't get it to drop. Nobody can hit the free throws here in the second half. Kentucky makes 1. Actually, that's not true. I think Kentucky made 2 free throws like a minute ago. My memory, very good. Kentucky looking for a little mid-court trap there. Florida working it around. The circus shot is no good. Instead, they'll go to the line for 2, 35-32. 3-point game, 2-point game, 35-33. Florida crowd into it and let that Kentucky offensive player just free. Nice defensive collapse by Florida to get a good block there. Going to pass out for a deep 2, and that's good. So I'll push the lead back up to 4. 2-possession game here. Steal right off the inbound. Kentucky can try and get some quick points here. They had a wide open guy for a 3 on the left side. They just did throw it to him. Pass it inside into a double team. Kind of warping around here. Nice steal by, I believe it's Alfie, the alligator. I could have just made that up. I have no idea. Don't even know why I said it. Florida's going back to the line yet again. Their shots are true. So a much more competitive second half here. Florida's done a good job, but even though they've fallen behind, they were down by 7 pretty early. They were down by 10 later in the first half. They've fought back. They took a lead at one point. They did give it right back pretty much immediately. With a 3-point game now. Kentucky goes 1 for 2 from the line. Stripped away by Kentucky. They do get a hold of the loose ball. That's been Florida's Achilles heel. They do turn their Achilles heel into a strength there, taking the ball away from Kentucky. So kind of just a wash there in the last 2 offensive possessions for each team, or 1 offensive possession. Defensive foul. It'll be a block, so it'll be a 13 foul. It was just a foul on the floor, so no free throws. I'll just take it in from the sideline. Florida down 1, stealing the ball away yet again, working it up the floor. Into a double team. Kentucky doing a great job at getting turnovers. Nice block there. It's going to be a foul. Kentucky has 4 team fouls here in the second half already, and there aren't even 4 minutes gone off that clock. That could be an issue depending on how the rest of this shakes out. Florida getting a couple of shots there. They just couldn't tie it, couldn't take the lead, couldn't do anything there. That's a 3 for Kentucky. It's no good. Defensive rebound, Florida. They'll push their way up the court. I mean, I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. If you're rooting for Kentucky, if they, fall behind, they can immediately put Florida on the line when they get to 17 fouls, or it could kind of goof them a little bit, because we have seen inbound passes be intercepted, and especially for Kentucky, they have intercepted inbound passes, and that might be a viable way to steal a possession or two toward the end of the game. At the current second, it doesn't matter. They are up 3. That missed shot, though. They've been getting turnovers, but they haven't been as good about converting on them. So it remains a 3-point game. Florida has that 11-0 run to thank for this game being as competitive as it is, because it was not looking great with about a minute or so left in the first half. It was 30-20. A quick 5-0 run to end the first half, a quick 6-0 run to start the second half. Put them right back in it. Kentucky hasn't been as hot as they were at the start of the game. They've been getting turnovers there, and there's another one. So a weird little flip, alley-oop sort of thing. Pushes the lead to 4. They'll switch back to that press, forces an errant pass, and that's stolen away. This is what Kentucky's been good at. They've done this a couple of times where they've forced Florida into turnovers on multiple possessions in a row. Quick shot is up and good, so up to a 6-point lead. They'll continue with that defensive style here. Almost dribbled it out of bounds, almost stepped out of bounds. There's another steal. That's 3 in a row, 3 possessions in a row for the Florida Gators that have turned the ball over. They've been good on the defensive side, forcing shots that don't go down. That's not one of those. Kentucky builds an 8-point lead with under 4 to go. Kentucky's still working with their defensive scheme. Couldn't get the steal that time. Instead, Florida will break through and get an easy dunk. Game is stuck. Take a drink if you need it. Crack. Oh, and a deep shot clock shot that doesn't go down. Usually those are pretty good about finding the nylon. That one didn't, but Florida does on the other end with under 3 minutes to go. They've cut the lead down to 4. For as good as Kentucky's been on defense and the number of turnovers that they have created, they have had stretches where they've gone just totally cold, and Florida's caught a little bit of heat, and then there's an errant pass to just no one. There were 2 players there, and neither of them knew what to do. Flipping inside. No good. There's a shot that's off the bottom of the rim. No good. 48-44. Shot is up. No good, though. Kentucky and Florida just trading missed shots. 7. Okay. Got about 2 seconds left to get that ball over the midcourt line. Kentucky passes it up, out of bounds, Florida ball. Kentucky is doing everything in their power to let Florida hang around. It could be their undoing. Florida, though, not really doing a great job of taking advantage of Kentucky letting them hang around. A lot of misses coming down the stretch here. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, that should be a make. That is a goaltend by an absolutely ginormous Wildcat. That guy is roughly 6'9". He's wide open down in the lane. The Florida defender just skated out of the way. He T-posed on his way out. He's like, I'm good. T-pose. Hang on, my arms. T-pose. So a 4-point game here. If Florida can cut it to 2, there's no reason for them to foul on the ensuing possession. Or cut it to a 1-point, or 1-score game, rather. 2 points, 1 point, doesn't really matter. 50-46, coming down to the wire here. There's a fadeaway for Florida, and that was a big shot there. That was a deep 2. No reason to foul. Plenty of time. 14-second difference between shot and game clock. If you're Florida, you just need 1 good defensive possession. Force them deep in the shot clock. You can also force them to do that. The offensive rebound isn't great. The turnover is terrific, though. That was about perfect if you were Florida. I mean, you didn't want to give up a shot that early or that easily necessarily, but an offensive foul is called. Oh no, Florida! Florida, no. An offensive foul. We've seen a lot of those. There's no reason. Oh, okay. There's no shot clock. Never mind. Florida needs 1 turnover here. Defensive foul. Kentucky. That was an awful time to get an offensive foul call if you're Florida. Though Kentucky repays them by missing the free throw. Okay, 17 seconds remaining. Florida can go for the tie. Ooh, boy, almost stolen. 3 wins it, 2 ties it. See what they have for us. Under 6 to go here. 4, 3, 2, 1. They got it at the buzzer. Florida is going to move on with 1.2 remaining. Kentucky will take a timeout. I don't think they'll be able to get a shot up and get one to go down. Kentucky. Got to throw it deep. It is stolen away by Florida, and that is the winner. Wow. 51-50. Florida moves on. Alabama and Georgetown up next. Whew. That was a great game. It was a great game. Alabama and Georgetown is up next. So here we go. We have a gray on gray. We have a red versus blue matchup going on. Holy crap is right. That was... wow. Florida hung around just long enough to give themselves an opportunity to do just that, which we haven't seen a ton of in any of these tournaments, but when they happen, they are very exciting. Alabama's taking on Georgetown here. This game is also important. Settings are fine. I have it saved to automatically play on the hardest difficulty. I do try to check it just to be double, triple, quadruple sure. Here we are in Georgetown. Georgetown, Ohio. I don't know. Georgetown quickly up 2-0. We have the Elephants, the Alabama Crimson Tide, who are incredibly lucky. Nice jam home, showing that Elephants can jump. Incredibly lucky to be here. The first team they played in the first round, who I am blanking on, Utah State, missed 2 free throws with 0.2 seconds remaining in the game. That game went to overtime, and Alabama obviously won because they are here. But that has been part of the beauty of the chaos of this tournament, has been the missed free throws towards the end of the game has been just incredible. But Georgetown up 4-2 here. Alabama close to a backcourt violation. Nice easy 2, so I'll tie it up at 4. But if Alabama and Florida meet up tomorrow, they'll be the AF matchup. As fuck. Nice block by Alabama down low. It'll also be 2 teams matching up that have giant heads for their mascots. An alligator versus an elephant. Elephant with their big ass trunk and huge ears. And an alligator. Wait, did I say that right? Elephant with their big trunk and ears. An alligator with its big nose. There's a shot up and good by Georgetown, but Alabama has to get to Georgetown to punch their ticket to the Elite Eight. They will play Alabama and will play at home if that is the case. Alabama, I don't think, has had very many home games. Defensive foul as they go to the line for 2. It feels like they've been mostly a road team. They played at home the first match of this tournament. They played on the road in East Tennessee. It's a defensive foul. First shot is good. So 7-5 Georgetown. But I think even when they made a very, very deep run in the initial Mascot tournament, I think they played a lot of their games on the road. I don't think they had very many home opportunities. So this isn't a strange place for them to be. 7-5 turnover for Georgetown, though. Alabama was heartbreakingly removed from the September tournament by Tennessee in a game that honestly was a blowout early. They were down like 15 or something like that. It made it close. They couldn't quite get all the way back. It was one of the better games of the tournament. I'm a fan of comebacks, so that's why that one made it high. I've talked about it before, but I don't maybe put it a little too high on that list. So far, all the best Mascot games of this tournament have been in the first round. That insanity of day 3. The Kentucky-Florida game was very good as Alabama drains a 3 to take a lead. Here we have a close game. A little over 3 minutes gone. Georgetown, I don't really think has made it very far in the tournament because I don't recognize them. It's hard to keep track as we rapidly approach the end of this tournament. So foul on Alabama to go to the line. Up 2 now. 11-9. It's what, 128 games in the first 2 tournaments combined. I so look forward to doing this when they come around. Offensive foul. Alabama drawing some contact down low. Alabama and Florida are such great representations of the Alabama, Florida, Syracuse. Because Syracuse, when they fall, their back half of their orange just warps into the ground. Good examples of the just no hit detection. Aside from where the players are. Oh, so good. Stroking it from 3. Gives them a 6-point lead. Alabama up now. Georgetown led 9-7. Since then, it's been an 8-0 Alabama run with a block down low. Really helping that case. Got a 3-on-1 opportunity, which is about the last place you want to be if you're a basketball player. Going, I'm one man and there are 3 elephants charging at me. I'm screwed. Oh, goaltending. That elephant's like, I don't want this shit. Get out of here. The ref's like, that's a goaltend. He's like, "Brr." A nice move on the offensive side there. Push that lead back out to 8. 19-11. Georgetown's only 2 points have been a goaltend since leading 9-7. It's been a 12-2, now 12-4 run. As the Crimson Tide take their lead. Down the floor here. Kind of wide open guy in the corner for 3. Instead, they'll go inside. It's off the bright iron. No good. Georgetown with an opportunity here. Kind of run the ball. Alabama defense does a great job of recovering there and then forcing a more of a half-court set. A little messy and disorganized. Nice shot by Georgetown. Rattles around and drops. 19-15 now. Georgetown a little bit of a run. There's a 3 from Alabama. It's good. 22-15. I feel like the pacing of these games is really good. Uh-oh. Can't leave them open with 3. Another opportunity for an open 3, but great defensive recovery. Nice move inside. Got around the defender. Nice recovery by the center, presumably. Hard to tell who exactly is who. So it's usually just the defender or the offensive player. Jump step there. Off the glass. Bounces around on the rim a couple of times. Does drop. Not a great replay. Just looked at him go, yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice move in for Georgetown. They worked their way around the defender. Give themselves a very easy open 2. Defense didn't collapse correctly on that go-around. There's a 3 from Alabama. They'll drain it. Push that lead back to 10. They have been good from deep. Another really easy layup for Georgetown. Getting some good screens up top and able to get a very, very easy look at it too. Alabama out to the 3. Back inside. Try and get the 2. Floater up over the top is good. And Alabama has 29 points through the first 7 minutes, which is a very high score. It's usually where most teams top out, is about 29, 30 in the first half. We saw, I believe it was Duke, get all the way up to like 40 first half points. They had one play. Throw it to the guy in the paint. He'll do the rest. Syracuse doesn't understand, or Clemson doesn't understand how to not deal with that. I kept confusing myself with that game. Nice block by Georgetown. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Georgetown ball. Because the Crimson Tide ran out of bounds to try and get it for no reason. If it was going to be a clean block, they would have had the ball back. Nothing going there. Instead, it's a turnover, but not that big of a deal because Georgetown didn't make anything. A couple shots at the rim. Got a wide open guy for 3. They've had success from deep. Kind of surprised he took a step inside, did a spin move. Instead of a wide open 3, took a contested 2. Still good. 10-point lead, 31-21. 2 quick passes inside, always effective. Alabama quickly up the court. The guy was calling for the ball out of bounds. Didn't make a lot of sense. Working their way around the Georgetown defender. Couldn't get it to drop. Just a little too strong off that left iron. Bounced out. Shot is no good. Short. The second try is good. Lead down to 6. 31-25. Alabama was hot for a little bit. Had a lead up to 10. Georgetown's played well. Kept it close. Defensive foul will reach in. That's 4 on Georgetown. They shouldn't get to 7. They don't want to Iowa State it. Under a minute to go. It's like the game heard me. 30 points is the max. And they went, okay. There's a nice shot through contact to push the lead back to 8. 45 to go. Alabama, 2 champion picks. The bracket could come down. Should Alabama win, the bracket could come down to Alabama, Florida. In the Elite 8 would be game number 3 tomorrow. Obviously, lots to be figured out or decided in this game. A whole second half and 22 seconds. As 10 seconds hit on the shot clock. Georgetown using a lot of time here. Kicking it back out to 3. That's a deep one. No good defensive rebound. Alabama, they have time to get themselves set up for a good look at a 3. Or run it inside for 2. Instead, through the contact, it's blocked. Georgetown really shouldn't have done that. Alabama missed the shot. Not that it would have counted anyway. I'll wait for that final elephant to get off the court. As it is now a 33-25 game, so 8 points separate these teams. Alabama started really hot, cooled off down the stretch of that first half. Georgetown's done a good job of making sure that they stay competitive in this game. Game might be locked up down low, which is not good. That's a bad start to the second half. It might just go out of bounds depending on the shot style. No, it will just be a 35-second shot clock violation. Okay. Not a great start for Alabama there. They wasted 35 seconds off the shot clock or the game clock. But they also turn the ball over without even attempting a shot. So Georgetown will take their first crack at it, and they'll get a nice jam home. Slice the lead down to 6. Pass back outside. A lot of Hoyas down low. There's a 3 for Alabama. They're still good from deep. Push the lead back out to 9. It's over a minute gone. Good to see Alabama getting a shot up and not just taking 35-second violations. There's a little contact. Nice recovery by Alabama. Good foul. They didn't get the shot to go down. So make them earn it from the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 3-point play. There's both of them. There's a deep 2 for Alabama. Pushes their lead out to 11. Or 9, excuse me. Free throws cut it down to 7. 8-18. Georgetown is having tremendous success running that play where they run like a little screen up on the 3-point line and they just curl a shooter down. It's not effective there because it was 2 missed free throws, but they're still giving themselves really good looks at very easy shots consistently, and Alabama for some reason is not adjusting for that. Alabama with a 3 on their end, no good. We'll see if Georgetown kind of runs that same play again. Nope, said they'll run something a little bit different this time around. Try and get a player open for 3. Instead of mid-range 2 is no good. 38-29, over 2 minutes gone here. 2 more games after this, so stick around. Back outside, there's a 3. No good. Defensive rebound, Georgetown. They got a guy way up front. Defender tried to get there, but not a whole lot doing when he's that far ahead of you. 7-point game. 7:20 remaining. There's a deep shot. No good. Defensive rebound again. Georgetown. Alabama just kind of see what happens here. Kind of feels like they're holding on a little bit. They had a rough finish to the first half. Might be a case of just building a big enough lead that Georgetown can't quite overcome. Lead in the shot clock, a couple shots going up. That's a foul. Wow. That was right at the buzzer. Bama had 2 block shots down low as the shot clock wound down inside of 5 seconds. Alabama kind of working with the Georgetown play. Got a pretty good look at it. They'll go to the line for 2. Alabama has quite a few fouls here in the second half. And a missed free throw there. Georgetown will take a 6-point deficit. A little bit of a circus shot, and that'll go for 2, 39-35. Georgetown's making a game out of this. Alabama has, I think, 4 team fouls, which could be an issue coming down the stretch. Alabama, nice block there from Georgetown. That was good defensive rotation. That's what Alabama's not been able to do. That was the same play that Georgetown's run, but they had a better rotation. The Hoyas did. And it is a 2-point game here. There's a nice easy layup for Bama. Alabama may fall in the Sweet 16 yet again. It's been kind of a rough opening to this section of the first half as that defender just gets absolutely annihilated. He almost ran the ball out of bounds. Thank goodness he didn't. It is a 2-point game here. There's a nice easy layup for Alabama. And it's just two teams running the same play against each other. Georgetown surprisingly didn't have an answer for it that time. There's Georgetown running the play again. It does end up as a loose ball. And Georgetown again cuts the lead down to 2. (43-41). Georgetown making it a game here. Alabama getting close to that baseline bandit. There's a nice jam home. Four-point game. The second half is just melting away as we are down to 4:20 left to play. Through the contact. Alabama's been a lot better about not fouling over the last couple of minutes. They've been sending Georgetown to the line pretty frequently. They're just going to run the same play. It's weird. He hesitated on the way up. He had a really easy look at it and instead made it way more difficult on himself. So they'll go to the line for 2 shots. That's what Alabama had been doing to Georgetown. I guess Georgetown's just repaying the favor. As we have a substitution for the Hoyas. 47-43 game here. 4 minutes remaining. Second half. Georgetown, just when you thought they were out of it, they made a great run to put themselves back in the game. Alabama went cold enough. Georgetown got hot enough. There's a nice block by the Alabama Crimson Tide. It'll stay Georgetown ball. Something a lesson that Alabama could take. Maybe if they block the shot, don't go touch it. So a nice clean block there. Working it around the outside. See if they kind of just run that play. They have a offensive player down there in the paint, which they usually do. Trying to set a screen. Not really much going on there. 4, 3, 2. As a deep 3. It is no good. Defensive rebound goes to Alabama. That was not a great set out of that out of bounds play. Their pass. I'm not sure where I was going with that. It was an ugly possession. Probably could have had a look at a 3. Instead, they're going to try and run a screen. They're running them around the other side. Nice defensive recovery by Alabama. 3 minutes to go here, second half. Exciting finish. We had a great finish in the last game. Are we setting up for another one here? Over 2 defenders. Up and good, 47-45. That's a deep 3 for Alabama. It's short. Georgetown can tie on this trip. Oh, goaltending, they do. Not of their own shot, but Alabama giving them 2 points. Alabama's done that. It's the second time they've had goaltending called on them in this game. There's a 3 from Alabama. It's no good. Defensive rebound, Georgetown. Alabama's picking a bad time to go cold and start jacking up 3s. Georgetown taking advantage of it, though. They've tied the game. Working one-on-one inside the paint. There's a nice block. Loose ball recovered by Alabama. Got a guy on the left. Got a guy on the right. Excuse me. Said the wrong direction. Which one is which? 47-47. Under 2 to go. Setting up for another terrific finish here. I thought the game might have locked up there. It didn't, mercifully. Pass out to the 3-point line. There's an open 2. It is swished home. And it's 49-47. Alabama trailing for the first time in a while. They were down 9-7 early in this game. There's a 3 from Alabama. It rattles around and rattles home. Georgetown will take a timeout. Alabama trailed 9-7. Then they went on a tear, took the lead. I think they were up 17-9, something like that. And they never really looked back, but they did have a rough end to the first half, and they've had stretches where they haven't been able to put the ball in the basket here in the second half, giving Georgetown an opportunity to keep it close. It was never really a blowout, just felt like a game where one team was in control. But again, it goes back to the cold, and one team cold enough, one team hot enough. You might be seeing that here. Get a wide open guy in the corner for three. Instead, he's going to drag defenders over with him. There's a deep two. Golden. It's a nice stroke there from the Alabama offense. And they will take a 3-point lead with 40.2 remaining. .32 seconds remaining. Three for Georgetown, no good. Offensive rebound is good, though. Kicking it back out for three, yet again, and bang! Got it! Oh, no. That was the wrong time to give up an offensive rebound to Alabama. 25.1 to go. Georgetown working with a little bit of a full court defense here. They get the block on the defender. The baseline bandit lurks. He always is in one spot. The literal baseline. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. At the buzzer. It's no good. We're going to overtime. Alabama's in their second overtime game of the tournament. Not a great offensive set. It's really annoying when the team stands at the three-point line and just dribbles. And you're like, oh, what's going on here? You gonna do anything? And then they force up a weird looking shot. They're gonna send Georgetown to the line, though. First free throw is good. Second free throw is good as well. So 54-52 Alabama. Keep in mind, Alabama had a shot clock violation their first time down the floor in the second half. Working that guy over for three. Kind of surprised he didn't take it. Looked like he had maybe enough space there. Instead, they'll work inside for a mid-range two. It's good. Knotted up at 54. Trading twos here to open overtime. Just over 30 seconds gone. Oh, that's the Georgetown play that Alabama has still not figured out. It's a very simple concept. They run one screen. They get two defenders caught up on it. It's actually exactly what that was, except for Alabama made it and got fouled at the same time. Oh, boy. Free throw is good. So Alabama now, they'll work with a little bit of a full court defense. Looks like it's just a one-on-one situation. Slow him down, maybe try and take him out of rhythm, out of sync. Nice backdoor pass. The lead switches back to Georgetown. 1 point. 1 point for them. Alabama, fancy pass for some reason. Jump twist, throw. Seems unnecessary in the backcourt. That's a deep two that's no good. Georgetown's going to get the rebound. That was a weirdly quick pass. Alabama was in pretty good defensive position and just kind of turned the wrong way. And just like that, it's a 3-point Georgetown lead. That was... Come the fuck on. Just, that's the second time we've seen that in this tournament today. It's just somebody just throws the ball off the back of another teammate, and it's all of a sudden it's a loose ball, and you're like, what the hell is happening? So Georgetown up 3 with a little over 3 minutes remaining. I'll work it back outside. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pushing it in, back out to the 3-point line, trying to find some space. Quick pass inside. That's going to be jammed home. That's a 5-point lead. Can take advantage while that man cheers for himself. Alabama last time down the floor turned the ball over. Pump faked for a 3. A lot of defenders outside. Not a lot of space. Georgetown doing a great job defensively here. Working it around. Going to get it stripped away. The loose ball is picked up and jammed home. So 62-59 to 23 remaining. Georgetown quickly up the floor. Working it around. Georgetown led early in this game. Nice steal by Alabama there. Up the floor. Got a guy coming up on the right. Defensive foul. They'll go to the line for 2. 3 personal fouls on number 0. Granted, hard to tell because, you know, they're all wearing the mascot costume. The free throws are up and good, so it cuts it down to a 1-point game. Alabama's going to substitute number 1 in. Again, hard to tell. They're all elephants. I forgot to put the numbers on the back of their jersey. There's a couple of quick passes inside. Usually effective. Alabama weirdly good defensively on that one. Alabama's been pretty prone to giving up easy looks inside, and that play is supremely effective. Not even surprisingly, supremely effective. A turnover there, though. Georgetown gets in the passing lane. That's a 3. It's off to the right. No good, but the offensive rebound is slammed home. Get a defensive rebound. Come on, Bama. Back outside. Working around. Trying to get inside. There's 2 defenders there. Trying to run something. That's not a 5-second violation. You've got to be kidding me. He was moving. That one I'm surprised was called. He was moving as it was said 1, but Alabama's running out of time to get another defensive rebound. They're down 3, under a minute to go. Pass back outside, back around. Got a guy kind of open in the corner. There they go. There's a 3. It's short. Ooh. Alabama might heartbreakingly lose again in the Sweet 16. No fouling yet. There's a 6-second difference, 5-second difference. If you can get that free throw, you might be, or that loose ball, you might be okay. You can't. There it is. There's the loose ball that you needed. Ho, Alabama. 19.3 seconds remaining here. In overtime. Winner plays Florida. Oh, I seriously jumped in my seat. Whew, you gotta pass it back out. You gotta pass it back out. The game. Pass it. He's open for 3. At the buzzer. 64-61, Georgetown wins. That's the second tournament in a row Alabama has not taken a great shot at the buzzer. Georgetown, though, fought all the way back. And Alabama just went cold there during the backstretch of that game. That I don't know. Like, they let Georgetown hang around, and that's what happens if you let a team hang around. You go cold and they stay hot. They get to go to the Elite Eight. So I think that'll actually about do it for the brackets. People are pretty much, everybody's locked into their scores. And Alabama, with another heartbreaking defeat in the Sweet 16, sends them home. So the points look like this, because the brackets are done. I have zero confidence in this. Is your winner. They have a score potential of 73. That'll largely depend on, or that'll, I think, exclusively depend on how Florida does. But they currently have 41 points, and nobody else can move up or down. The Beebs is in second. She finishes with 24 points. I hope I win. I've never done this before. Finishes in third with 24 points. I finish in fourth with 22 points. And just guesses, finishes in fifth with 17. A lot of brackets were absolutely annihilated super early. So that's why those scores are so low. We will finish off tonight's action. We got 2 more games for you. We have Miami. Miami. M, buddy. Miami. Weber State, who I know for a fact has never been this far, because they had literally the worst game I have ever seen in this tournament. They scored 19 total points back in March. So here we go. We are going to Weber State, which is in Utah, as we learned. D. Evans Center in Ogden, Utah. All-American, 10 minutes. We got the baseline mid-camera going. It's been a lot better than the one that we used in the first tournament, which was the sideline cam. I don't know why I never changed it. I just never did. Weber State with a nice color court here. They can go as far as they've ever gone, the Elite Eight. Miami gets off to a quick 2-0 lead with a play that is effective no matter what. Pass, shot. So 2-0. None of these other games, none of the rest of this tournament matters as far as the bracket is concerned, but we still need to crown a champion. We are down to a total of, 12 contenders now? We have 6 tickets punched, 10 contenders now. Weber State, Miami, Missouri, and Ohio State will figure out the final 2 participants in the Elite Eight. The 2-pointer for Weber State rattles around the rim for roughly 8 years and drops. That was a very deep 2. I got kind of tricked by the feet, but then I was like, wait, hang on. The crowd didn't say 3. So that is what happened. As we cross the 9-hour mark of this stream. Even with that 1 overtime game, this is pacing out to be probably the fastest part of this of any tournament video. Shot is up and good. So Miami 6, Weber State 4. I still can't believe Weber State plays in Ogden, Utah. There's a nice shot. But I think they also may have fixed their mascot costume. I don't know. We need a new college basketball game just for this. Shot is up, but no good. Nice block by Weber State. Miami comes down with the loose ball. Passes back outside. They do get a fresh shot clock because it did hit the rim. That shot hit the rim and nothing but the rim because it didn't go down. It didn't stroke the nylon. 6-6, Weber State looking for the lead. They are not going to get it. So a little bit of a slow start offensively for both teams. As Miami says, fuck you, commentator. Take this shot. I'll make it. All right, sir. Calm down. Calm down, Mr. Hurricane. You're okay. Everything's going to be okay. There's a 3 for Weber State, and they will take their, I would assume, first lead of the game. 9-8. No wire-to-wire victory here. Oh, goaltending. It's a questionable goaltend. Also, there are only 2 refs in this game. In this game, apparently. Normally there are 3. 3 officials on a basketball court. No good. There's just 2 people hanging out by the down by the baseline, which I don't think I've ever noticed before. Miami up and in, so they're up 3. (12-9). Weber State with another 3, no good, short off the iron, off the rim. A little after 10 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest. We have some West Coast after dark. I guess Utah isn't really part of the West Coast, but I am, and that's what matters. We'll go to Ohio, where it is currently Sunday. No, what? Today's Friday. Oh, God. Oh, God. All hell is breaking loose in my brain. I can't do it. I don't know what day it is. 5-point lead for Miami. There's a 3 for Weber State, no good. The Hurricanes come back down the court. Currently on a 6-0 run. Weber State grabbed a lead at 9-8. They quickly relinquished it and have not shown many signs of life since. They are gifted an extra opportunity by Miami just stepping out of bounds. Oh my God. Weber State completely botched a dunk. There, Miami shows Weber State, this is how you dunk. You put the ball through the hole. You don't just stop half-assed, bouncing it off the rim like a doofus. 7-point lead. Goaltend will put Weber State on the board. Now, a little bit of what we saw with Alabama falling down by a point, going on a bit of a run. And then giving the other team a goaltend. Miami will look to convert a 3-point play here as he shows off his muscles to the adoring crowd of not their fans. So 19-11, Miami will shift into a full court press here, full court defense. Weber State clearly does not know what to do with that. Somehow he shakes the defender. Looks like a little bit of a float pass there. Probably easily could have been intercepted. That's a deep 3 for Miami. It's short. Weber State with the rebound. Down 8 here. Sliced through a bunch of defenders, and by sliced I mean they walked away. It's a foul on Miami. They'll go to the line. The Wildcats will look to convert a 3-point play, I should say. No good off the right iron. So 19-13. Couldn't close the lead any more than that. 21-13 now. So an 8-point game. Miami been in control here for a while. Weber State had a lead at 9-8. Shot got blocked. It's a big 3 from Miami, and they'll push their lead out to 11. Weber State really falling apart here towards the end of the first half. Nice block by Miami. Weber State with a loose ball off the bottom of the basket, so not a whole lot of good going on there. Shot rattles around and is good. So 26-13. Miami has Weber State doubled up here. There's a dead silent crowd. Has to just watch a bunch of Ducks beat up on their beloved Weber State Wildcats. They make a shot there. That's good. Good for them. Proud of you, Weber State. Go, Weber State, go. Okay, leads down to 11. Oh, pardon me. That just showed up in my... It's like, it has to come out now. Get this hiccup. You got to deal with it. 13-point game here. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. We've seen some big comebacks before. I don't know if Weber State has what it takes to do it, but we've seen them. We've seen them. If you need proof, go back to day number 3. Couple of really good ones, and one almost comeback that just fell, I believe, a point short. With the lead down to 13, they'll steal the ball there. Could have cut it down to 11, but instead they'll turn the ball over. Pushes it up to 15. Stolen away by Miami again. Miami will take a 3. Get an offensive rebound, jam at home. And it's quickly 17 points. So Miami doubling up right now on the Weber State Wildcats. Shot is no good off the side of the rim. It's going to be a defensive foul. Second team foul for Miami. They'll go to the line. Weber State will for 2. Oh, I'm sorry. They make the shot? What happened there? Oh, weird. They made the shot, and I didn't realize that. There's a 3 from Miami. Back out to 17. Shot is up and good. Down to 15. So 35 seconds remaining here. Let's let this kind of play out. While I look and see what new games are coming out next week. There's some good stuff. Woo! Totally reliable delivery service. Nice hook shot. 39-24, so 15 points. Miami, excuse me, looking for the last shot. They'll get it with a little mid-range too. It's going to be short, and Weber State will throw up a prayer. It is not answered. So here we are, second half of action, getting underway. 39-24 was our score at half. Weber State giving up 40 points, or 39 points rather. One of the higher scores of the first half. Miami's been on fire from all cylinders, in control of this game from pretty early on. Weber State was competitive early, but Miami took over and just has not relinquished any sort of control. It is currently a 15-point game. The lead has been as high as 17. Uh-oh. Ripperino, the frames that dropped. If you're curious, 11,000 frames. But only 0.6% because, oh my god, that was almost a make. They were trying to just throw up an alley-oop and they still almost made it. We see a 17-point lead here. This is one of the more lopsided games we've had. We've had games where like teams have been in control and it hasn't really been the most interesting game. The 3 is short. The tip-in is no good and Miami gets the rebound. But this one is one of the more just blowout games. But at 19 points, you're... oh boy. Asking a lot. Jammed home. It is by Weber State. 45-28. Stolen away by Weber State. See what they can do here. Backing down the defender. Just threw it away. Threw it away. Shot is good. The line for 2. Nope, I didn't want that. Tab. Jeez, just jammed on him. Just jammed on him. Don't alt caps lock. Currently a 21-point game. Defensive foul will be an and one opportunity. No, not and one. A 3-point play opportunity. Shit. I can't give them free advertising. Also, what a fucking brilliant name. We're gonna call our company and one. You mean like the basketball term? Exactly. Okay. Good. Though no one cares about them. As an expert in all sports-related equipment. 21-point game. Good God. There's a nice jam home. Stolen away. Up by 23. Still stealing the ball. Weber State's just overmatched here. They treated their home fans to a Sweet 16 at least. Sweet 16 appearance. Subsequently a Sweet 16 annihilation. I left my notebook right next to me. Oh, how convenient. How convenient. Do 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 do. 55-34. 6:09 remaining here. Second half. Feel free to take a walk for the next. Cool. I don't give a fuck about your CBD cough. Jesus. Jesus. Defense. We're down by 21, guys. Get your defense going. Boom, 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 boom. Smudged my glasses. 21-point game, huh? Ooh, now it's down to 19. Oh, just kidding. It's back up to 20. It's back up to 21, guys. .3 game. There's a 3, no good. This is the only game that feels long because it's like, oh God, dear God, just end it. Not like a... Oh, there's a play happening, down 25. Nice shot. Or by shot, I mean dunk. There we go. We got a nice replay there. Okay. There we go. Down to 21. It was definitely hit 25 there for a moment. Oh, off the red iron, no good. Oh, come on. Let him score 69. Then lock down your defense. That's it. 69, that's all the points you get. There's Miami with a 3-point opportunity. Oh, there it is, 69. 69 to 46. 23-point, just absolute demolishing happening here. 71 to 46 now. So I think it's safe to say that Miami's going to the Elite Eight. They will face either Missouri or Ohio State. And that will hopefully be a more exciting game than this, because if it's a blowout like this, I'm just walking away. The stream will end when it ends. They can't all be good games, you know. Actually, this gives me an opportunity to reload this damn website. And also look up PSN profiles. So just to run out the clock here. About a 10 or a 8-second difference between the shot and game clock. 3, 2, stripped away. Weber State will... Okay, they'll just run out the clock. I was going to say they're going to run it out, and then I should have been more specific. 3 is no good. And very... just a blowout. Just double check, make sure I have the right team here. Miami, Weber State. Miami wins 71. 71-48. So just an absolute demolition will put them through to the next round. So one more game for you here. Missouri. The Naked Tigers taking on the striped Buckeyes. In the Sweet 16 finale, we're punching one more ticket tonight. Somebody is going home. We are going to Columbus Value City Arena. Naked Tigers, Buckeyes. Someone's going home. Someone's going to the Elite Eight. They will meet Miami, who absolutely ripped apart Weber State the previous game. For a chance to go to the Final Four. The cool thing about the Final Four is you get 2 games guaranteed if you get that far. The Final Four, you get the third place game, and you get you get the third place game or the championship. So I guess if you get past the Elite Eight, you get 3 more games. There you go. Missouri missing a 2 there to tie. Ohio State has the lead. They defeated Stanford, and they defeated Arizona State. They took out the September champion, who at that point I believe was the furthest a defending champion ever made it. They're off to a quick start here against Missouri, who falls behind 5-0. The Tigers made it here by defeating, let's see. They defeated Maryland and they defeated Minnesota. So they have so far only beaten teams whose letter starts with M. They're up against an O today. Stripped away. Off the right iron, no good. Missouri pushes it forward, now down 5-2. Nobody working inside. They finally move someone into the paint, trying to screen somebody open for a deep 2. It's off the left iron, no good. The cool thing is, with that previous game being such a blowout, I got to rest, take a nap, essentially. You know, check out some games, see what's coming out this week, get some trophy lists. Not that I really care that much about trophies, but it was a deep 2 from Ohio State. That was a bad shot from the start. Looked bad, went bad, felt bad, smelled bad, was bad. Steal was good, though. Pretty open layup there. That'll make it 7-2, so 5-point game. That's a shot inside. It's up and good, though. Ohio State is going to take a 9-2 lead here. An opportunity to make it 10-3. I gave you too many points, Missouri. Sorry about that. 10-2. Oh, nothing going there for Missouri. Got blocked. Loose ball picked up by Ohio State. You'd think since I got to take a nap in the last game, I'd be more energetic. It's also been, it's been a 9.5-hour stream at this point. Oh, that's absurd. It's awesome. I love it. I also don't know what day it is, so that's cool. Shot is good. Missouri's going to take a timeout here, down 10. Just over 3 minutes gone. Ohio State, for some reason, is running a full court defense. Up 10. Missouri's going to need some help. That's a deep 3. No good. Swinging it outside. This pass inside, stripped away by Missouri. I think Missouri and Memphis should play against each other. Ooh, out of bounds. Ohio State ball. So 12-2. Missouri scored 2 points in 4 minutes. We'll see. Keep in mind the lowest actual score is 19 points. I know that if you go back and you look at it, you'll be like, but somebody only scored 10. They didn't do that. They scored like 40, and I just fat-fingered the wrong number in there and didn't realize that it was wrong because the correct team went through. We've had a couple of close calls, and it seems like every time I say that too, it's like I jinx it, and they're like, "No, we can score points. We got it. We're good." There's a 3 for Ohio State. It's short. Missouri will come away with a rebound. That's a 2. 2, good if it goes, and it is. So they score 2 points in the first minute. They score 2 points in the 6th minute. There's a 2 for Ohio State. Ohio State, a team that has been in control. I believe this is as far as they've made it. We've never really seen Ohio State and Stanford always have to get past one another in the first round because that's how I like it. I don't think either of them I don't think either of them have ever made it outside of the round of 32. There's a deep 2 for Ohio State, pushes their lead back up to 10. Missouri finally kind of scoring some points here, 16-6. All they have to do is break 19. There's a 3. That one's short. Ten points. 2 quick passes inside and jam home. It's 18-6. Shot is no good. So 12 points. Boy, if we end this on 2 duds in a row, that is not good. Not good. So far, it hasn't been great. 20-6 is just an absolutely brutal score to be down at this point in the game. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Stuffed at the line. That's going to be a foul. Defensive foul. Just a bit of a reach in or something. Not 100% sure what happened there. But it is 20-8. Missouri now down 12. Watch Missouri come all the way back and win this game. And then I'm going to be like, wow, it's one of the best games, and there's going to be a large chunk of me not paying attention. 20-10 now. Ohio State really shouldn't be relinquishing control of this game. They've dominated from the tip. They're up 5-0 early. They're up as much as, 14 or something? Insane nonsense. There's a 3 from Missouri. It's no good. Defensive rebound, Ohio State. Approaching the 2-minute mark here. The first half off the right iron, no good with a loose ball. Her offensive rebound is tipped in. Pushes it back to a 14-point lead. Shot up and good. So Missouri with 12 now. 24-12. We saw this with the Miami Miami game. Just doubling up on their opponent. Ohio State and Miami could be a very interesting matchup. Two teams that are clobbering their opponents. It's like they need higher competition. These Tigers not only forgot their pants and their shirts and their underwear, they also forgot that they were playing the game of basketball. Shot is no good. Missouri down 10. They can cut it down to 8. They will. 24-16. They're 3 points away from being safe from not having the worst number of points ever scored in a game. I should go back and watch that game because I can't remember exactly like why it's like that. But it is. There you go. 26-18. They cut it down to 8. We're under a minute to go. One more basket. All you need is 20. I said 3. That ties. 3 ties. Under 30 seconds to go. Ohio State getting multiple opportunities at it. Missouri, 1 basket here. All you got to do. Because I don't think it's weird because the game that it's because it's Weber State versus Clemson. I mean, Clemson didn't actually score that many points, 28-20. All of a sudden, this game is somewhat close. That's not going to count. It was in his hand as the buzzer went off. So Missouri made it really close there at the back end of the first half. All hell breaking loose there. Stolen, backcourt violation. It goes right back to Missouri. That's blocked. It's out of bounds. It's Missouri ball. Ohio State was up by 12, 13, something like that. They had them doubled up at 24-12. A little 8-4 run there. Should never count them out. Off the right iron, no good. Uh-oh. Missouri, that was a hard block there. Surprised that wasn't a foul call, because we see that a lot where it actually is a foul. Not saying that it was right or wrong or anything, just with that specific animation in that part of the court usually means that the offensive player is going to the line for 2. So 30-24. Ohio State was in control of this game from the tip. Missouri had a good back end of the first half. Got some shots to drop. Missouri was down, 20-6? Something like that. We're down bad. Ooh, they'll step out of bounds there and relinquish control of the ball. Oh, no. But they've done a good job making it close. It's an 8-point game. Obviously plenty of time left. Making it competitive. Doing a better job than Weber State did in the last game where they were just down by 15 and are like, no. We're fine. Giving up 3 offensive rebounds is really bad, though. And it leading to a foul is somehow worse. That shot rattled around, hit 360 points on that rim right there. And it's 33-24. So a 9-point game. Brutus the Buckeye looking to host a Sweet 16 matchup against Miami. Miami team that dominated. Missouri just kind of looking to make this game close. We'll see if that was kind of the run that they had. Good God, that Buckeye got blown up. It was, I mean, I talk about it a lot. It may sound repetitive if you watch a lot of the stream, but Missouri got hot. Can they stay hot enough to keep it close? Or was that their one big run? So they got as close as what? 6, 8, 6, I believe. 20, 28, 22 right here at the beginning of the second half. That if it wasn't for a backcourt violation, may have actually not even really been that close. Kick it out for that guy for 3 again if you want. He'll take it. That's good. 36-27. Question for Ohio State is, can you weather their best 5 minutes? Nice defense not to draw the goaltend. Both guys tried to effect a shot. Neither were particularly successful, but they didn't cost their team some points. 38-27, back to 11. That's an offensive foul. And Brutus, I mean, honestly, Ohio State, Brutus the Buckeye, may have just built enough of a lead to not have to worry about it. Missouri had the firepower to cut it down to 6, but it didn't. I don't know if they have the firepower to maintain that. (40-27). We'll see how this goes over the next 2 minutes. By 5 minutes, I feel like you should have it down to single digits. Granted, that's, you know, it's not a lot to ask, but you should have it down to single digits with possession. Right now it's 11. So you get 2 more defensive stops, 1 good offensive possession. You can cut it down to 9 with the ball in the next 60 seconds or so. I feel like you'll be in an all-right position. Granted, you know, 11 points is only 6. 4 made threes, you know, you can, if you get hot from 3, why not? Oh, there you go. That's a way to get hot from 3. Getting fouled and see if they'll make this 3-point play. There you will. Off the right rim and good. Because if you trade 3s for 2s, I mean, there's a lot of options for you at your disposal. Shot is no good. Hard foul there. Number 14 picks up his second personal. We'll see if he gets subbed out. I wouldn't think so. Still 5:20. So he missed both of those free throws. So still a 10-point game. Ohio State. Ohio State letting Missouri hang around. They've cut it down to 8. So there you go. There's your single. There's check mark number 1. Single digits. Okay. Erase that check mark. Granted. Get rid of it. Strip the ball away. There you go. Nice turnover, Missouri. Okay, 10 points. You have possession. There's a deep 2 that was way off the mark. Did not look good. That was a very rushed shot. Probably shouldn't have taken that. Defensive foul. That's the 4th team foul on Missouri. Tried to poke the ball away. Got tagged with a reach in. Nice steal by Missouri. Nice offensive maneuver there. Just bullied that guy down to the ground. Oh, there you go. There's your steal. 36, 40, or 44, 36. So you got, there you go. Check mark, check and check. That's not great, but still. Yeah. Still, I mean, you have what you want. You have a single-digit deficit. You had possession of the ball. You're working with 3:38. slice this lead down to 4 in the next minute or two, and you're at least giving yourself a chance. That's all you have to do. You have to do what Florida did. Florida stuck around, hung around, kept themselves in it, and gave themselves an opportunity to win it at the buzzer. Do what Georgetown did it as well. Alabama felt like they were in control for a large chunk of that game. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was Ohio State's run. Or, excuse me, Missouri's run. It was 8, up to 12 now. That shot's blocked. That shot's blocked. There's a 3. That's up and good. That was a weird series of events. 2 block shots that lead to a 3-pointer. Well, that cuts the lead down to 9. Ohio State looking for a 3-pointer of their own. Overran their spot. A little late on the pass, maybe. Nice steal there by Missouri. Made a weird maneuver there. There's a nice easy layup. Slice the lead down to 7. All right, it's getting interesting here with 2:10 remaining in the second half. What was a blowout early, it's turned into at least a somewhat competitive game. Missouri's just going to need a few more defensive stops. They can't give up easy layups like that. There's a couple quick passes inside. He tried to jam it, but ended up just kind of throwing it up because he wasn't in a great position. I just don't. Missouri just doesn't seem to have enough to get over these humps. And unfortunately, the game is broken, which means that we're going to be sitting here. Okay, never mind. I was going to say we're going to be sitting here for the next 17 seconds. Back out for 3. Nothing doing. It's like they're just willing. They're willing to run the clock all the way down. Oh my God! How did he get that? That shot does not feel like it should have gone down. 2 defenders in his face, fall away. Come on. It's 11 points. 1:15 remaining. Missouri tried. They didn't get totally blown out. They just can't. They can't even get that layup to go. It looks like Missouri will just kind of let it go. Okay, that feels like it. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Seems like that was the result that the other shot should have had that went down. I guess if you give up a offensive rebound, it doesn't really matter. We'll find the correct tab here. Out of bounds. Ohio State will retain possession of the ball. There are 0.7 seconds difference between shot and game clock. So we'll see what they have here. The score is dialed in, ready to go. It's off the iron, no good. 52-41, Ohio State hosts Miami. Ohio State got off to a very fast start. Really tapered off down the stretch there. They are lucky that they built such a big lead early on. So there you go. There are the Elite 8 teams. We have Miami, Louisville and Iowa, Memphis and UCLA, Florida and Georgetown, Miami and Ohio State. So there you go. That is the complete round of the Sweet 16. I'd give you an update on the brackets, but we already did that. Everything's locked in. It's just a number. It's just a matter of figuring out the exact points, and that really is just determined by Florida. We'll see them in game number 3. Would have been quite the showdown if Alabama had won, but Alas, they did not. So we will see. See Louisville and Iowa. Louisville and Iowa. Battle of the Birds tipping off tomorrow's Elite Eight action. We'll see the Elite Eight. We will see the Final Four. We will see the third place game and the championship. It is, excuse me, along with burping, it is all happening tomorrow. We'll finish this off. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I love hosting these. They're a lot of fun. If you're catching this on YouTube, hey, you might have a chance to come check it out live. Links in the description below. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure when this is going to start tomorrow, because I also need to go sleep, which is part of that. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. We'll catch you next time. Check back tomorrow if you're watching this. If you're watching this late, you can catch the rest of the tournament tomorrow, Sunday, on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you a different day with something else.